He's you know, it's his wife, his brother got married after a year of dating. Bro, the lady is clearly jealous. She's mad. She's angry, and they trying to play him. Only leverage them women be having in this situation is that baby. That's all she got now. He don't want to sleep with her no more. She can't use sex. Right. He got his own wife. You know, that's worth more, that got more going on. You know what I'm saying? The lady just bought the dude a Rolls Royce. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? And so it's jealousy. Yep. It's jealousy, and the mama is in on it. And I've seen situations where, you know, like they say, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. And when I heard the mama speaking, I'm like, yo, that's okay. So now I kind of see where she got her mentality from.
Hey, Corey, the mama is our age. I'm willing to bet anything, Corey. The mama is our age, bro. Facts. I hear. Don't you hear it in a voice? Brittney. Believe it or not, Brittney Renner is only 33. Corey, the mama is our age. She's only 33. And she alluded to the fact,
so her mama could be 40, you know what I'm saying, 48, 47. Wow.
Yeah. like look at you. And like she alluded to the fact that her mama had her when she was a teenager. So I'm telling you, that mama is not old. That mama like our age. That mama is spry. That mama is wild. And I'm trying to tell you, like,
check this out. This is why you know it's a play as well. PJ said something as well that was very interesting when he said you don't pay for anything. So he alluded to the fact that what he does for Brittney is a benefiting her as well.
Yep.
Which further lets you know she's financially invested in this situation as well. That's why she's so emotional. Because think about, why is she that emotional about the baby crying and all of that? Like she's
the primary care. She's the primary. You gotta think about it. Think about all the times we see Brittney Renner. She by herself. That mama is the primary caregiver to that child, bro. And that's why I'm saying that's why PJ tripping too. So when Brittney's not there, which is most of the time, her mama is that child's primary caregiver, right? When PJ ain't there, which is most of the time, his wife is that child's primary caregiver. That's why I'm saying that PJ tripping too. He not looking at the whole situation to say, yo, why would I piss off the person who has my child most of the time? Exactly. And then Brittney and them is not thinking about, yo, why would I piss off this man's wife who got to be with my grandson or my son? None of them is thinking, but he got to be the one to think for all of them. And he's not.
He's supposed to be, but we see he's don't make very good decisions. And my man JT, I know you standing on your square, but bro, listen to what Iz just said, and I'm gonna elaborate it. He just said that woman has his baby the majority of the time. Tell him a SMD, you don't know what that grandmama is gonna be feeding his son when she's with him by herself. Do y'all know the power of a mom or a grandmother or whatever female is around your child the most? Them little subtle things that women could turn your whole kid against you. And especially from a young age like this, just by subtly. It don't even got to be nothing blatant. She could be putting subtle things in that little baby head about his dad that's going to end up affecting him later on down the road. So,
and you know how you write, Corey, just to add on, I apologize, Corey, real fast. Yeah. You know how you write, Corey? Because that baby was screaming and crying when that man just came to the door to pick up his baby. That's how you know they poisoning that baby.
Right.
That's a comment.
Hold on real quick. I just want to add on to you, Corey. Let Corey finish, and then you got it, JT. Go ahead, Corey.
Yeah. I'm about finished, but yeah, that's why as men, like I said, we gotta prepare. We have to be many steps ahead, man. You know, we cannot be reactive, especially to emotional creatures like these two that are on the thing. It was PJ's job to go there, get his son, and get out of there. Without all of that, like all of that was unnecessary, man. And just just as a man, like I know he's frustrated and I get it. I understand all of that. But at the same time, you can't allow your frustration to bring you down to a level that you shouldn't be at as a man. That's how I feel about it. And yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, JT. You got it.
Yeah, so it still goes to the point of, again, that lady is going to be poisoning his son. Unfortunately, that baby, his child's mother is already doing it. It starts that way. This is common. This is the problem that we have right now. The only way that this man will be able to even save that baby is for him to take custody of that baby full time, and she has to come and she has to be the one to do visitations and things like that. Since that ain't happening, it's going to happen where that baby is going to get, he's already been tampered when it comes down to his thoughts. They already been tampering with that. He can't do, ain't nothing else that PJ will be able to do with that. He's in a situation where that baby is always going to be in danger with that type of a woman. He gave that baby a woman that, guess what, doesn't think rationally. And we see it in real time. So at the end of the day, that baby is already in danger. I understand exactly what you guys are saying. But to call what he did a crash out, man, that is so unfair to him and men that go through what they go through. That's crazy that you can even say that was a crash out.
What would you prefer I call it, JT?
Nothing. He didn't. I told you. I stand on it. I stand on it because at the end of the day, with that little bit that he done. Hey, listen. If something do happen, where the NBA gets rid of him or whatever, so what? The man got enough money to get a business. He has enough money to go and go another route.
That's how do you know that he has that in him, though? But like, obviously, basketball is his passion and something that he loves to do. So why would you?
So I can tell you, I don't know. But the thing is that he has more options than the average man. He has way more options. At the end of the day, the option is not for him to cow down and be a punk and walk and don't want to piss off the damn ground. That's crazy that you say that.
Wait, hold on. I didn't say, yo, this is the thing. I'm not telling them to cow down and be a punk. Yo, just leave.
Yes, you are.
Hold on. No, I'm not. I'm telling him to leave with the win. Yo, you got, and this is a thing in poker, right? Sometimes you got to know when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away, and when to run. And sometimes folding them is a win. Sometimes running away from the table is a win. Sometimes holding them is a win. So, yo, you got to understand when you're winning, you might have a goal on the table to get like $500, right? But you might only get $350. And no matter what you do, you ain't going to get that $500 that day. So, yo, you got to accept that $350, get your ass up and walk away a winner. That man won. He had his son in his hands. He had his girl in the car, his wife. He had a nice Escalade. He got a great career. He doing what he loved to do. He's winning. He ain't no punk. But you know how many men are in prison behind I don't want to be no punk because someone says some shit? That shit is weird. He didn't
go that route though, Izzy. He didn't go that far. That's the problem that I had with this conversation with you.
No, JT, this is the thing though. Yo, you just said it and you're missing. This is the part that you're missing. So my man Vet Life 81 think I'm talking to you like you're not 50. I'm not. But you are missing something crucial. First of all, like you said, this ain't gonna stop here. And this obviously is not the first time that they've gone through this, but this was on a recording, the first recording that we seen. Every time escalates from you can't go down from here. It's only gonna go up, and the stakes is only going to get higher. And she knows exactly what buttons to press and what order to elicit a response. So in essence, whereas he had all the control, where he had all the power, so to speak, he gave it to her, and now she has it.
I don't think so.
No, she ain't got no power. She has no power.
Are you kidding? Wait, hold on. Are you
she
kidding?
doesn't.
So that's like saying the puppet master doesn't have any power.
No, it's
like
not.
Saying, no. Yo, family, y'all can't stop. No, hold on. Y'all cannot say in one side of y'all breath that the system is feminine leaning, and then say in another side of your breath, if a woman can elicit the response that she wants from you, that she obviously was recording for, that she can't push your buttons and she don't control you. That is not logical.
So
what
Izzy,
y'all are talking about.
So Izzy, didn't I give you a solution? Didn't I give a solution? I said that it'll get worse if he doesn't change up. I said it. That's my whole thing is that no, you don't go there anymore. At the end of the day, you take that to court and you tell them it doesn't work that way. And you get you some handlers that be able to handle it because he has the money to be able to do it. And he avoid her at all cost. Period.
I agree with that. I mean, I could agree with that. But
that was my right. That was my solution.
That's what I said too, right? But we can't say. But JT, where we men fences. I gotta read this real quick. I got you. Take heat. I can't allow you to say he didn't do nothing because that's irresponsible. Because the average man is not gonna be able to get away with that. This is another thing. The average man, any other man, even if he does get away, which I'm pretty sure he's not, the average man is not going to be able to get away with that. Shout out to my man, KO Black. Thank you for the $4.99. He said, I agree with Izzy and Corey 100. Appreciate you. Shout out to Narratives of Dialogues. Thank you for the $5. No man should have to fight with his child's mother each time he picks him up. BRITTNEY is already a problematic figure in the public's eye, not him. That's a fact. But when he goes, but this is the thing about public perception. When he goes and he starts telling the grandma that watches kid, the SMD, you white trash B, like that's kind of cringy. I'm just saying, especially come on. Anyway, y'all act like we don't live in America. Like he ain't a black man in America. I don't know what y'all doing. Narrative Dollar said, damn. He cursed BRITTNEY mom's out. I thought he was her friend. He cursed her slap out like she won't shit. Oh. But Narrative Dollar said, this is a known tactic to start a fight. It is. He also said she did not want her son in that car with that new wife. No, she didn't. Then he gonna give her the out that she wants. JD1975 says she doing brick lady tactics, Izzy Bandz. Yes, she is. Yes, she on some bullshit. Make no question about it. BRITTNEY Renner is on that big bullshit. Make no question about it. I agree with y'all there. VetLife81 said y'all talking to JT like he's not 50. He knows this. He ain't acting like Bishop say actually, Izzy Bandz, from what I've read about PJ Washington, he had his father help to invest his earnings since he's been in the league. PJ is good, and Renner knows that. Well, listen, this is the thing. I don't know how much control that father actually has because the father been telling him not to mess with BRITTNEY, and that wasn't enough. He still messed with her. So there's that. Go ahead, Take Heed. What say you?
So I'm not gonna stay up too long because my king is pointing at me. The thing is
shout out to your king. Salute to your king.
Thank you. I want to share this with y'all, and I know the way I was talking is I was talking out of two ways, but in this situation we have to go at it both ways. Now, him telling the mother to suck off, okay, you got to remember the mother followed him with the phone all the way to the car. You understand? She's on the heels of him all the way to the car. So they already knew what they were going to do when he first pulled up in the car. They already knew what they was going to do. That was game plan number one. So now you see him reacting. Don't get me wrong. The way he handled it, he tried. I'm not going to sit up here and say he didn't try. He tried because they started filming him when he first got the baby. She didn't want to give the diaper bag. She even walked close to the car because they want to see who in the car.
Yes, I said that.
Close to the car. The sister did a ghetto hood move like most baby mamas who are toxic. She did. And it's hard for you to deal. Let me share something with you. I don't care what any man get up here and tell you. If you have a toxic baby mama pointing a hand in your face, telling you ain't this and telling you ain't that, because I'm quite sure she was arguing with him before he even got to the house. I'm quite sure she was already on the phone telling him off before he got to the house, because that's to get the situation hot and heavy. Okay, So that's why you see how when he grabbed the baby, his face didn't even look right. He just wanted to get the baby bag and leave. Mm-hmm. The uncomfortable truth is that he could have swung off. It could have been much worse. Thank God he did not. Now, with him saying, suck so-and-so, whatever, he was wrong in that part. I'm not going to sit up here because I said it on my live. He was wrong in that part. But I won't get up here and say he didn't try.
Right, but take heed. Take heed. That's my whole point. I said the same thing. Corey and I both was like, yo, he did fantastic in the beginning because he even walked away and just basically ignored it. He rich. He don't have to have that diaper bag. Cool. He just left. He put his son in the car, but he allowed her. She kept trying different shit, and then she found the button to push, and he let her push it. That's it. Like, yo, he was doing great. My thing is, I can't go with JT and say he didn't do nothing because at the end he did do something. He shouldn't have did that.
But the thing is, y'all up here believing that the brother crashed out. It could have been much worse.
Yeah, but that's but that's a lack of like in the beginning, I put that in the title because that's a lack of the shortest thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying crashed out in the sense of like he wilded all the way out, but I'm saying crashed out in the sense of he allowed Brittney Renner to manipulate him and trick him and get the response that she wanted from him. That's what I'm saying.
I understand, but I will share this with you, and then I'm gonna let y'all brothers go. Y'all are amazing. This panel is wonderful. Thank you for letting me come up. But I want to share this with you. When you plant your seed, this is what some of y'all content creators tell these young ones: be careful where you plant your seed, because just like JT said, they already putting this baby under some foolery already. They already teaching this baby that daddy is bad. Do you understand? They're already filling this baby heart with evil towards his father. And the thing that's going to hurt so bad is that he's going to lose this connection with this baby. He'll only be able to raise those other two, and that one will have to come back to him when that one get grown, because the mama is too toxic. And this is what happens when you plant your seed in a demon. I'm sorry, the woman is a problem. And so now she's going to train this boy to hate the father, just like most women do. And I say this on my channel as well, is that women, when they hate the father, let's understand this. When they hate the father, they will let the child do whatever. Do you hear me? Because they hate the father. And this is the uncomfortable truth. Now, when they love the father, the child, now even when they love the father, they can train the child upright. And also, this is another thing. If the woman in her heart of hearts actually had the baby and wanted to raise the baby properly, then we talking different. She can raise the baby. But if you have a baby mama like this and she's not in her right mind, the baby is in trouble. And that's all I wanted to say. Y'all have a wonderful
appreciate
night.
You, sis.
Hey, sis, love you, girl.
And tell your king we say appreciate you, him allowing you to come up here and kick it with us. We appreciate him. Dr. Hunnit, I'm not familiar with you. What's up, family? How you doing, man?
What's going on, brothers? What's going on?
What's good? Anybody know Dr. Hunnit?
That's Dr. Hood. Dr. Hood.
Oh, Dr. Hood. Anybody know Dr. Hood?
Oh yeah, Hood good. He good. Yeah, Dr. Hood good.
Okay, he great. He good.
What's up, fellas? What's up, y'all?
You know his voice, Corey? You know that voice?
I do. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Shout out to you, brother.
Yeah, I agree with the sister, man. I don't think he really did nothing wrong. I mean, I think even for content purposes, people no matter what would have happened, she would have threw the diaper bag at him. We would have had something to say about that. So he just kind of controlling his own narrative. Like, it is what it is. She was real toxic, coming at him, disrespecting him, in front of his wife. If that was his wife, I don't know, but that's what I was kind of hearing.
It's his wife.
Yeah. So at some point, he got to stand his ground. He just can't be no docile sucker, at that point, And then as far as his career goes, that's on him. If he doesn't get the contract or does, you know, that's based on what he does on the court. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this confrontation or dispute has anything to do with that. You know what I'm saying? So,
but yeah,
I think like you guys said at the beginning, it was great. And then he could have not said something, but then it's like, at what, you know, that made him feel good, you know, by him doing that, releasing. You know what I'm saying? You just can't hold everything in and just let people just stomp on you just because you're trying to protect this image and everything. You know, you can have the cleanest image in the world, and then once you do something, they're gonna throw you under the bus anyway, man. You know, at some point, you got to be who you are and just let it flow. You know, like I don't think he did nothing flagrant that's gonna mess up his career.
Let me ask you a question. It's possible though, right? But let me ask you a question. Yo, so y'all keep going back to this thing of feeling good, which I find extremely interesting and extremely egregious as a man of a certain age, right? The question that I have for you is, in that regard, how do you think that him responding like that benefits him, and what do you think the benefits are?
The benefit is that he didn't just let this thought run over him in front of his wife. You know, I think that would have been a little bit more something to deal with, you know, if he just let this bride just punk him in front of his wife. You know, that's not cool, bro. You know, and then you're videotaping, so you're already lining me up. Like, you're borderline snitching on me. If you're coming to the thing with the video camera trying to tape the crying ass kid, that kids got separation anxiety. That it's all the time. They're gonna cry when their mama leave, and you know, all that's crazy. She should be thankful that she's got a dad like that can actually teach that kid something.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We agree, but this is the thing, right? So that's all true, but you realize that by him doing whatever, responding with the SMDB and you're this and you don't do that, and then his wife jumping over him, which we trying to neglect that, jumping over him to try to get at the mama or get at Brittney and the mama. All of that is all bad, right? So him walking away was great. It looks great on him, even though the child was fussing or whatever, crying. He says, because y'all baby him. Nothing wrong with that. They said, we don't baby him. Okay, cool. He just walked away, put his child in the car seat, and he's getting ready to go. Brittney follows him with the bag, allegedly. We know that was a play. It's all a play. But then she comes, she confirms that woman was in the truck. So she's mad now. So she says something. Then she says, it's up and it's stuck. And then he says what he says, and then it goes from there, right? Then he says, oh, whatever, B, you know what I'm saying? Suck my D or whatever he says. And then it goes from there. Then the mom said, what you say? And he said, I ain't stuttered. I said, suck my D. And she said, and then it went from there, right? So now the thing is that all looks horrible. That's lack of impulse control. That's lack of discernment. That's lack of leadership. That's lack of critical thinking skills. All of those things to the initiated look terrible because you put yourself and your wife in a very compromising position because of what my man Corey says is actual factual, where there was actually a physical altercation after this in that driveway. It's a done deal. It's done data.
Hey, look at this too. This is what, like, as y'all are speaking, I was just thinking about this as well, because y'all keep saying, you know, it felt good and he got that off and whatnot. Here's the thing about setting a standard of when you set a standard, y'all, I know what y'all doing and I'm not feeding into it. You're better off, because watch this. What about the next time? This time it was just SMD. Next time, because we moving as men off of feelings, right? Feeling good and getting that off, right? We don't want to feel like a sucker, or we don't want to feel like all of that, right? What about next time when the ladies escalate the situation a little bit more? Next time they might call him out of his name, call him, say some crazy stuff about him, some emasculating things about him the next time, because they're gonna ramp it up a little bit the next time. Why? Because okay, he didn't completely get out of character this time, but we got him a little bit. So next time we're gonna put a little bit more pressure on him and then see what happens. Y'all see what I'm saying? If as a man you make it a point, okay, I know what these women is on. I'm not feeding into it at all. Then you can maintain that level. You can maintain that level and be consistent on that. But if we just moving off of how we feeling on that day and wanting to get something off, the next time, now it might end up being worse the next time. So that's what I'm thinking when y'all are talking about it feels good and it felt good and he don't want to feel like a chump in front of his wife. Nah, avoiding. Listen, if you got the type of if his wife is the type of woman, or if any of us got the type of wife that wants to see us do some dumb stuff, that's a problematic woman that we even got next to us.
That's a fact.
But the woman who understands these women is trying to antagonize me. These women is trying to get me to do something so they could try to sue me, so they could try to file some type of paperwork on me, so they could try to take my son away. Your woman is not going to be looking at you like, oh, why you didn't cuss them hoes out? Your woman ain't going to be looking at you like that. If you've already given her the instructions, you've given her the plan of what we're going to do when we go here, and we're not going to let these women get us out of character. Maybe he didn't have that conversation with her because his wife clearly, she jumped out of character as well. But the point I'm making is, again, as men, we got to think all of this stuff through ahead of time. We cannot move based on impulse. We got millions of men in prison right now moving off of feelings and impulse.
I agree with you. Hold on real quick. Shout out to Vet Life 81, $5. Appreciate you. Y'all be like Vet Life 81 to support the show, support the stream. Now, man, y'all bring it in early and often, man, so that we can keep the dope discussion coming on, keep it going, right? Shout out to Vet Life 81, $5. The issue was her talking greasy, saying it's up from now on. Then he said, "Bish, please suck my D." Right.
I have a question.
Wait, hold on real quick. Hood was next, and then you have to Dr. Hood, and then we'll open up. I think my man Big Dog Barker want to get in here too. Go ahead, Dr. Hood.
This is good. I like this one, and I agree with Corey on a lot of things, but this one I gotta disagree. He was gonna escalate this, rather if he would have said that or not. He was already coming with that. That was his response. That was him saying nothing. SMD. You know what I'm saying? Kick rocks. Nothing you can do. My lawyers, I'm doing this. I'm here. This is what the judge told me to do. He came with somebody to witness, like I heard the sister say. And that's what it is. Now, if you guys didn't like that response, I think that's what he was doing. Blowing her off. He blew her off and saying that. That was just a little bit more colorful, but she gets the point. She's not gonna try that again, or she's gonna get blew off again.
That's what I was gonna say too.
No, hold on. No. I'm sorry. Hold on. I don't know, but that is absolutely not true. Yo, she just told the man, like you said, like my man said, she told the man it's up and it's stuck. She's absolutely hold on real quick. You must not have watched Brittney Renner at all. If you must not know her personality at all. She's absolutely gonna raise the stakes on this nigga.
Yes,
immediately. She gonna turn it up, and then she gonna turn it up.
She's more at risk.
Hold on real quick. She's gonna no, she's not, because hold on. The person that has the most to lose is the most at risk.
The person that uses any type of drugs or alcohol is the most at risk, brother.
The person that has the most to lose is the most at risk. So at the end of the day, if he allows her to trick him out of his son, if he allows her to trick him out of his bag, if he allows her to trick him out of his situation, that's on him as a man. And the fact that men are condoning this kind of behavior, it doesn't even make sense. Like, at the end of the day, there's a such thing as something that's in your best interest and something that's not in your best interest. This was not in his best interest. This didn't make sense. It's not like, he just blew her off. No, and not for nothing. Even if you just take it to the most micro thing, the fact that woman's mother is the one that has his son most of the time. You realize that, right? So why would you tell the person that has your son most of the time to suck my D, white B, and you ain't this and you ain't that? Why would you do that?
Call they bluff.
Because they probably hit him
Oh,
for
they
a few
bluff with
million.
your call they bluff.
Hold on. So you talking
They
about
probably hit
calling
him
it
for a
bluff?
few
So
million.
you
I mean,
gambling. Hold on.
know?
You gambling. You're gambling.
It's not a gamble if you already know what you're dealing with.
Yo, fam, but you don't understand. You are gambling if you saying call
If
their
I know
bluff.
what I'm dealing with, I'm not gambling.
If you saying call their bluff with your child in the balance, that's absolutely a gamble. What are you talking about?
If I know what I'm dealing with, I'm sure as long as that child been born, that ain't the first time PJ Wash told either one of them to suck his D. I'm sure of that. Apple don't fall from the tree. It ain't that far from it. So I heard it was all fun and games when him and Brittney ran with together. He told us SMD, and she said, "Okay." It wasn't no problem then. It wasn't no problem then. Now it's a problem. Now it's a problem. It ain't no problem.
I wish I had some help.
If both of them women chaotic, they done heard that a million times before, and they ain't busted great behind some nigga telling them the SMD. I guarantee that.
You crazy as hell. She done pour water on the nigga for less. She done try to bite the nigga face. She done try to bite a nigga face for less. What are you talking about?
PJ Washington know what he dealing. We've been dealing with that girl for 3 years. I know he know what she dealing with. He know what she is.
Obviously he don't. If he obviously he don't.
What other consequence she get?
Well,
she ain't getting the money. She want our child support. That's one thing she wants. She ain't getting.
She about to get it.
She ain't tarnishing his name.
So again,
yes. So he if he keep falling, hold on real quick because I gotta let Kish get in here. Let me let Kish get in. JT, you got next. Go ahead, Kish.
So question. So y'all said earlier that he could have handlers go pick up the kid, right?
I said that, yeah.
All right, cool. So is it possible that, while he's going over there, he can have some kind of like sheriff go with him or police escort go with him? Kind of like not at all?
It depends. It depends on the state that you in. They play this game with you where they'll tell you if you having a problem, handing a kid off or whatever, that's more of a sheriff's problem, but they won't come out. And they be like, ain't nothing we can really do about it. And then you take it to court. And then when you take it to court, and then they tell you that it's not a civil problem. And it's like they put you in this consumption where you kind of screwed up unless you have the means that this basketball player has. Right. At the end of the day, what he has to do is change the game up. He has to be at a point where he has to change the custody agreement up, especially if her mother is the one that's taking care of this baby longer. So he can do that. He does have jurisdiction over his child more than what a lot of people even understand. So who's to say that he's not doing that now? Again, that could have worked in his favor, because what he could have done was say, I'm going to the courts now because I don't want to deal with this no more, because it's only going to get worse for me. So this is what he could be doing now. We just don't know. But this is what most men probably would do. Say, no, this is crazy. I'm not about to go there, and every time I come up here to go get my child, that I got to get bullied, Izzy. She bullied that man.
Right.
She bullied that man.
I agree.
Hold on real quick. Go ahead. Hold on, Kish. Go ahead, Kish.
I'm just saying, like, it's crazy that there hasn't been some kind of service created for situations like this, even for the regular average guy out here. Because this guy's out here with money that's not in the the spotlight like PJ Washington, where somebody could go with the father to go pick up the kid and record whatever the situation is going on.
No, it is services like that, but usually that's when people are married. But there are services like that where you don't even have to see the mother at all. The mother goes in one interest and the father goes in a different interest, and the children are in the middle, and he could go pick up the children. They have places like that, but usually it's for people who are married and are having custodial, are trying to work out custodial custody, who's going to be the primary caregiver of the children. But they do have that. But typically too, what people would do is they would meet at the police station and hand off in front of the police station to cut out drama as well. So
why can't that? So can he make a is there possible he can make a stipulation or arrangement with the courts with that? make it be like
Yeah, he has a case now. He has a case if he chooses to use it. That was a case that he had right there. Depending on how long ago this was, and how long ago they've been back and forth, because it probably would have been, they probably done squashed that whole thing. We just don't know. We don't know how old that doggone video is either.
Right. Yeah, we don't. That's a fact on that one. Hey, Coach Ferg, waving the back, so I know it's you, bro. Let me shout out to my man Bishop J. Jermaine. Thank you for the $5. Y'all be like Bishop J. Jermaine, support the show, support the stream. Now, I mean, yo, when y'all come up, please wave in the back, bro. So I know it's you. I like y'all kind of, you know what I'm saying, messing up the flow of the show when I gotta put up banners and all that other stuff. Please wave in the back, so I know it's you. I don't mind bringing y'all up, but I gotta make sure that's you. You don't have to stay cammed up though. Bishop J. Jermaine, $5 said, even though I don't like it, Corey, what Corey Izzy is saying. However, as a man, you have to be smarter, especially when you have the most to lose. That's a fact, and that's all we're saying, really, Bishop. I'm not excusing shit that she's doing. She's a piece of shit. She's a piece of poo doing piece of poo shit. Like, at the end of the day, she's terrible. She's the worst type of chick to ever get involved with, right? I agree with that. I wholeheartedly think she set the man up. I wholeheartedly agree that she's trifling for what she's doing, her and her damn mama. At the same time, as a man, at least be smart enough to protect your damn self. Like, what are we talking about? Shout out to Gas Mask. Salute, Gas Mask. TMKC. Hey, 100. Coach Ferg in the building. Oh, yeah, give me 1 second. Shout out to Coach Ferg. Salute. My man, Kale. Okay, I see Ferg. I got you. Kale Black said, this is a really good convo. Appreciate that, Finley. My man, Abby Wardy. Peace, Abby Wardy. What's good, man? I don't think she should be mad because she suck. Come on, man. Y'all be right. Hold on. I got you. But hold on. What I'm saying is y'all be writing this stuff initially and then be making me look like I can't read. I can read. But I know what you're trying to say. Shout out to you. What's up, Chanel's Reality? How you doing, sis? If you'd have waved in the back, I'd have brought you up. I was trying to give my brothers room to rock. Shout out to Alpha Omega. He knows better. It's his fault. Well, I'm not gonna say it's all his fault because it's not. Yeah, I don't agree. Is that damage is clearly already done? Obviously, LOL. Shout out to my guy Vet Life 81. Bishop J. Jermaine also said this is why she preyed on his young ass. These 304s know what they doing. Facts on facts. Yo, go ahead, fam. You got it.
To Izzy Bandz and Carlos' point, we have to acknowledge that it's not just celebrity or athletic black men or athlete black men that's getting into position of money and power. It's average everyday men that's increasing their money too. So I do agree that you do have to calculate your steps, especially when dealing with the women and how their thinking is now today. Because it's not just Brittney Renner. She's just in the spotlight. This average regular dudes that is dealing with chicks like this. So I do agree that we do have to be careful when we are dealing with women in everyday life. So I'll say that.
Yeah, because you ain't going to be able to get away with this shit. Trust and believe that. What's up, Coach Ferg? What say you, brother? Welcome to the show.
What's up, Iz? What's up, JT?
What's up, Doe?
It's good with you,
man. Just listening to the conversation, man. You know, I guess, you know, Take Heed was spot on in how the spirit of the child is implemented by the woman. And I don't know, man. To me, it's his fault all the way, right? He already know who he is. Y'all know who she been for the last 5-10 years. She's already 10 years older. He gonna bring his new wife over there. You don't do that if you ain't had a conversation with the two women. Have a conversation without you and let them work it out first. And because you got a son, don't y'all want to take y'all little slow ass kids to this basketball game with y'all? Yeah, I think so. But
why the kids gotta be slow? No, Coach
because you know what I'm saying. I want to see everybody eat. You know what I'm saying? Because right now we losing backwards in a sense, right? Because you know he young. He did it ass backwards like we all do. He went in and now you know he got a baby. But only thing he got to do is focus on his child and his wife. And as far as the arrangements, JT's spot on. A handler, he can set it up himself. Some of y'all regular dudes that work at Piggly Wiggly and got a baby, and you want to spend some time with your son, go follow the law. It's cheap. You know how y'all research YouTube stuff for 2 hours? research the law in your city, your town, and just write out the little stuff yourself. Unless you can't spell. If you can't spell, you know, y'all AI shit. And I'm being mean and nice at the same time. But you can do it yourself, man. Go get your sons. Get that baby weight off your sons. He just make bad decisions. PJ, he was coochie whipped by Brenner. He won't admit that though. But he bring the police. Like the police ain't gonna deal with it all the time. We just go down there and tell the courts, like, look, I went over there. Just document, write it down and say, hey, put it on a brief, put it on there, man. It's just sad because, like he said it, man, when a woman don't like you, she gonna teach the child to hate you. And a lot of black men go through that and they own it. They don't sort of, you know, they talk about it, but it's an easy way to get ahead of it now. Just follow the law, man. You ain't got to have no money. Just write it up yourself because the documents are already there. And put the detail. See, but we still care. If you want your son, don't care about nobody else. Don't care about Coach Ferg. Don't care about Izzy. Don't care about nobody. Go get him and teach him everything opposite of what you thought you knew was wrong, and you still did it. Teach him how to be a good person. Teach him how to fix some shit. Teach him the favorite skills that you like. Even the daughter. If you got a daughter, it's all the same. It don't matter. Y'all talk about 304s. Think about it. You walk in the club. How many y'all go strip club? Walk in there and see your daughter off the pole. Like,
whoa, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait, this went left fast. Wait, whoa, hold up. Hold up.
Yes,
no.
Hold up. That's all I got to say about that. But what I'm saying, if they not going to play ball right, play ball the legal way. Play ball the legal way. And if you don't have no children, don't make none. You get about 45, you got your money right. Sisters, they telling y'all they don't want to work with y'all. Just go do your thing, see the country, see the world. You got your money right, go to one of them. I wouldn't say go more than 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Find one, say if you won't mind, then you're going to have to pay. See how much debt she got, see how, you know, boyfriend she had and girlfriend she had, the family beg y'all for money. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about all that. Can she save money? She like to wear a whole lot of extra stuff. Do you pull up? And you know what I'm saying? The men too, man. Y'all still walk around with no belts on at 45, you might be losing. You got to wear a belt to be a man. Just know that. You ain't got no belts and you 45, I'm going to tell you losing. But you can also get better, though. Just buy your belt and put some tools on it. You know, it goes both ways.
Yo, you want them to be Overton for damn living. Yo, shout out to Juju. Thank you for the $4.99 wisdom over emotions. I like this conversation. We appreciate you, sister. Hold on. I don't know. Coach Ferg was doing good, but he was like PJ Washington. He went left real quick. Shout out to Coach Ferg.
Hope you don't mind if I say this out loud. How wonderful life is, 'cause you're in the world.
I love you. 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 Yo, thank you to all my brothers. Y'all know I ain't gonna leave y'all out. Thank you to all my brothers that supported the show so far. I really appreciate you, my brothers. Thank y'all very, very much.
God damn it, I like the way you do bit.
It don't matter what the situation, I'm just trying to climb any obstacle a nigga facing. See it through in due time. It's a marathon, you gotta pace it. You can't press rewind, you get left behind. Just grind and the rest be fine, 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 fine. It don't matter what the situation.
Yo, shout out to that. Yo, appreciate you, Coach Ferg. Yo, thank you, Juju. Because of Juju and everybody else that supported the show, we only need 16 more people, at least $5 a piece. Y'all help us reach our goal. Help us reach our goal today. I really appreciate that. Shout out to Coach. Yo, so I wanted to, y'all, are we good on this, PJ? I don't know if we're going to really see this eye to eye. Like, I think there's like me, Coach Ferg, and Corey seem to be on one side, and JT, Dr. Hood, Big Dog Barking and Kiss Yardy seem to be on the other side. So I mean, and it's okay.
No, we hit a middle ground. No, we hit a middle ground.
Yeah.
I mean, but let's be logical for 2 seconds. I should be able to go pick up my child with my wife, right?
Yes.
Nobody made a video when she had my kid around Kevin Gates. I'll digress.
But family, this is the problem. This is the problem again, like Ferg said earlier. You know the woman who you made the mistake and laid down with. You know good and God doggone well. A woman like Brittney Renner, any other woman, especially if she looks better than her or she's sexy or whatever the case may be, the fact that you married that woman and giving her all your money, you know she got a problem with that. So, like at the end of the day, the thing is, I don't understand why men of nowadays, even my brothers that's my age and a little older, I don't understand the mindset that doesn't protect your own interest. That's my mindset. I'm gonna protect my own interest at all times. I'm not gonna do stuff that's outside of my own best interest. So it don't got shit to do with what nobody else is doing. All I got is me. So I'm gonna move in a way where I'm good.
So
I don't get it.
Yeah, so you also not just based off that, right? Just based off. Go ahead. No, go ahead, brother. Because my brother was asking, he wanted to ask you something. Then I just had a question based on what you said.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, y'all ain't letting him. Okay, he made the mistake. What a surprise, right? Okay. But now that that's over with,
yes, sir,
it's time to man up. I'm happy to see the guy finally manning up.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Me too.
That's all.
But the problem, but when you manning up, I said that too at first, Dr. Hood. I agree with you.
Okay. I'm late.
No. The problem is that you have to do it in a way that, again, is to your best interest, right? So if you have your wife with you, like I said, you could, like my man said, you could park down the street. Or you could send one of your security guards or one of your people to go pick up your son and be down the street. So it ain't like they got full access to your son. They're just taking it for, or you could have a third party meet. Yo, as much bread as they got, there's all types of options available that mitigates the risk that PJ is going through. Yo, he had a baby with a plum fool. We know this. Brittney Renner is a plum tea fool, and she don't mean this young man no good. We all know that. So us knowing that and him knowing that, he needs to move in a way that's going to be in his own best interest. Corey, what you think about that, bro? What's your thought?
I agree. And I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna have to put a pin in this because this ain't it.
It ain't.
So we're gonna be right back on this topic. I guarantee you. So if you transition, that'd be good because we're gonna have to come back. We're gonna revisit this, y'all, and we're gonna revisit this conversation, and it's gonna be a whole new set of circumstances that are building up from this situation. When that girl said it's up and it's stuck, whatever that phraseology or terminology was. Believer. And, I believe her. I think something else is gonna come out of this.
After Coach Ferg, man, let me go, Izzy.
Okay, yeah, no doubt. Shout out to Corey.
I just got two quick things, JT. You know, Izzy, you was talking about, being in your own interest, right? This is what I'm saying even now, because think about it. PJ Washington, Anthony Edwards, right?
Yes, sir.
Anthony Edwards saw PJ Washington's situation and be like, no, he paid for everything up front. PJ went into it simping behind the girl. Now he's paying going forward. He don't have the relationship that he want with his child. He's gotten married. He's moved on. He said it. She's going to be bitter. She's going to go back and tell his son, your daddy told me to do this to him. He bugged out and he panicked because he didn't have to say that in front of his wife. And she ain't really, one of those protective wives because she let him go to that space. Now, this is why I say that's the ugly part. Now, for him to make an about face and go where he can get his money, go directly to the paperwork, file it, get his son mandated. However, let the courts and they got agencies where they'll pick the child up where she can't even dispute it. You ain't got to see her. I wouldn't want to see her for 4 or 5 years. Just give me my baby.
Yeah,
I don't care. She can go on social media. She can let y'all niggas be oohing and all over. But as far as he got an opportunity, because he has the resources to negate the middleman and be like, here, let's go. He gonna get homeschooled, or he can just he's going to the best school. He might go to a boarding school just to get him away. But you know what I'm saying? But again, the sisters rally behind this type of behavior, and brothers still paying for it. If y'all stop spending y'all money, you know what I'm saying? Make sure, but wait towards the end of the month. Between the 1st and the 15th, be working out. So when they like the sisters spend the money a lot of it be on their sales. So when they get broke, they want to make it transactional. You think you're a good looking guy, be like, I got 60 for the front, 80 for the back, you know, but because they play those type of games. And I ain't talking about little young women. I'm talking about hold up. Until the women listen. The women, just give the sons to the father. You want to be in his life, give them into the father and go spend y'all money, go have y'all fun. But y'all gonna have to make a decision, brothers. Just do it through the law right now.
Wait, hold on, Ferg. I got you that. Hold on, because you lost me somewhere. What's the 60 for the front and the 80 for the back? What's that?
Because Izzy, you gotta listen. You know, I know I'm old. I talk faster.
Nah. What does that mean?
Hold on, Izzy. Because they telling y'all, if you ain't got 100,000, get out of my face. They telling
me that. They ain't telling me
you.
That.
Hold on, see, there you go, Izzy.
No, listen what I'm saying, Ferg.
All the average hard-working brothers.
Listen what I'm saying, Ferg. But you no. So it's. I think it's dangerous, right? I think it's dangerous to ever insinuate that a dude should pay for anything with a woman, because at the end of the day, in the sense of paying for that woman's time or that woman's attention, because we all know, and we've seen it time and time again, when you're a man and you're paying for that woman, or you're like pining after a woman that don't really want you and just wants to use you, you're gonna pay like you wait, and it's gonna be a horrible experience. So that's the only thing.
You misunderstand what I'm saying. I was being facetious when I said what I said.
Okay, cool.
I was being facetious when I said it.
No problem.
Brothers, regular brothers, who all got to go to work at 8:35, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, right? Get off at 6 o'clock. Y'all some good guys out there. And the woman that you know live in a house that look like yours telling you ain't got enough. How do you handle that?
You go to a different woman. Hey, yo, shout out to DJ. What's not the $5? Compensation. Hold on real quick. Compensation. Hold on real quick. Respect the money, y'all. Respect the money. This is what we here for, right? I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the conversation, but please respect the money. Shout out to my man, DJ Wisdom. Appreciate you for the $5. He said compensation for the conversation. Thank you very much, brother. Go ahead. What were you saying, fam? What were y'all saying? I just wanted to read that.
Ferg, you finish?
Yeah, man. This is a circuit conversation only because PJ, he already know what he get, man. He get what he get, man. He got to do it the right way.
Yeah. So the thing is that what we have a point of contention is just how he handled it, right? But when it comes down to how he can move forward, I think we was on the same page on that, right? Because he can't keep doing what he was doing. We already agree on that part right there. So, when it comes down to it, the only thing that he has to do is understand what his power is. I just have a problem with, and it may sound egregious on how I think, but my whole thing is that I'm like you got to think outside the box. You definitely got to think outside the box, especially when you have the means for it, right? The only thing he can do is mitigate risk. Whatever's going to come down that pipeline with that woman that he done had that baby with, that's just what's going to happen. The only thing that he can do is mitigate risk. Now, this whole thing of you got to be with this woman for all of that, I think that's a bunch of bull. You got until that baby turns into a teenager, 13, 14, 15. Guaranteed it will change. The circumstances will change. By the time that child is 16, 17, getting ready to graduate from high school, trust me, it ain't gonna be the Brittney Griner that's going out here with the phone out here talking about her and her mama talking this crazy stuff. That's not how that's gonna go. So he got to deal with this stuff for probably a couple of more years. And by the time that child turns 10, 11 years old, I guarantee the circumstances going to change, especially if he becomes a better man. Especially when he becomes a better man. Right, so our point of contention was just that. That's why I said in that instance, that's why I kind of like said that part that we was talking about. Yeah, we got a point of contention on that. But when it comes down to it, homie, it's going to change. You just got to be a better man.
Right, and the better man would not say SMD to the mother-in-law because to the baby mama-in-law.
And that's where we lie. That's where we have a point of contention on.
That's not a better man.
Because I would have said it.
Shout out to Narrative Dollar said, "Bomb Miss Jackson, you and your goddamn mama." Shout out to you. Ipaco said, "What up, though? What up, though? Number 2. What up, though? Number 1 was good. Was good. Yo, JD1975 said the EU be proactive or reactive. The choice is yours. Either way, it's going to cost you. Yep, it's going to cost you in the front or it's going to cost you in the back. But either way, it's going to cost you because the mistake is made, like y'all said. But you just move in a way that's going to be in your best interest. She is a white woman, and that at that moment, she was being a bitch. Yes, of course she's like, come on. Higher security as a witness. Yes. What's up, DJ Witch Doctor? Appreciate you, family. Salute to DJ Witch Doctor and the chat and the panel. Shout out to Bishop J.G. Maine. He said, bullshit. This 100K is online based. You can smash a chick you've met at the grocery store. That's a fact. But exactly. smashing wifing is 2 different things. We know that. Yeah. We gotta stop just smashing anything, man. I don't understand. Like when we was younger, that was fine, cool, well and good because I used to do it. I used to do it for sport, right? But like now, nigga, I'm so discriminate. I was already discriminate for the most part, but I'm super duper discriminate with my joint right now. Like man, she gotta be all that and 10 bag of chips to get something from me. Like I ain't going. Shout out to Brack. Easy Bandz. What's up? What you say? What's going on, JD?
On the stats, they ain't been getting that 100K man, and if they had him, they always say they had him. Why ain't they with him now? So yeah. I think that's a budget cap. Yeah, there are some women that are like that, but it's very easy to move around to one that's not. Probably hanging with her. You know what I'm saying? So it's not as hard, man. Shoot your shot, man. You're gonna miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
Any of y'all got teenagers right now?
I got grown kids. My daughters are 24, 23, and then my son is 25.
Okay. So do y'all want them to date like we did, being sort of just opportunistic, or being more discreet about who they choose to, procreate with?
Of course, that's why I teach. That's why I've taught them.
Izzy, I'm not talking to you, man.
No, I'm saying
yeah,
I'm saying, of course. I can't answer it, brother. Jesus.
No, I'm just saying. You're saying,
of course, I taught my children to do that for my son and my daughter, because I think it's important. For the reason why I'm answering you is because a lot of dudes teach their daughters that, but they don't teach their sons that too. I taught my sons and my daughters that, to be very discriminate about who they sleep with, who they get with, so forth and so on, and to pick a good one.
But fathers who are in the house, they have those conversations more regularly, and this is where the bond has to be built at. As I'm speaking right now, like you said, you had early 20s. My son is 22. JT got some young women out there, man. I'm talking about
23 and 28.
That group and under, the 17, 18, get ready to come out of high school. Are we having a connection and having those conversations with them? Because they're going to be the next ones out here being caught up in all of these scheming and scamming and people trying to manipulate. And I'm just saying right there is a great opportunity, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to have the real conversations today. That's the thing. We there's no other way around. You have to have the real life conversations. Anybody talking to their young people about money and discipline and exercise and eating right, those things are more important than a woman, especially as a man. The woman is secondary to your motivation in life. That's what you got to understand. It's not putting the woman I'm doing all this for a woman. That's not righteous. That's emotional. You do it for yourself and your connection to the Most High, so you can go compete against JT. And
I'm done. I done hung up my. I done hung up my.
But what I'm saying, JT, we still out here working and living.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to go to in life. It ain't never, a quick race to the top. Everybody got a quick race to the top. Where they at?
You know, one of the things, and that's actually a great question, because when it came down to, when I think back of being, a teenager and I had girls that I liked and things like that, I had no problem with telling my parents that there was a girl that I liked, right? And so what my parents used to do, they actually, what they pretty much, they were into this thing that now that we know what is courting, that was part of what courting actually is. So what used to happen was my parents used to, if we went to the movies or went skating or we had some type of family function, my parents be like, they knew that I liked a girl. They used to ask her if she want to go with us. You know what I'm saying? Ask her parents. And my parents used to go and talk to her parents and be like, they affirm that she's going to be in good hands and, things like that. And I used to have a whole bunch of, girls that I liked where my parents used to encourage that dating part, but it was what we call now, what people don't understand, that was courting, right? Because they knew as a young man that I like girls. So what they did was that they encouraged that by being more proactive with me when it comes down to dating, and they showed me how to do it, right? I remember my father telling me when I was 12 years old, I had a 12-year-old girlfriend, open the door for her. I had a little 6th grade dance. My father took me to go get a corsage for her. She had a corsage. Motherfuckers was laughing. He was like, this ain't prom. But she wore it. Guess what started happening? They started having 6th grade proms. They started having 8th grade and 9th grade proms. And guess what they started doing? Getting boys to start being engaging with girls. They used to have this thing called a sock hop. And the thing was that when we went there, they were showing us and they were encouraging us back in the days how to engage with one another, right? Dancing was that part of it. You got to go ask her to dance, bro. She ain't gonna just be on the floor twerking and stuff. That wasn't what this was. So girls would be standing there on the wall until a boy go and ask her, you know what I'm saying? Would you like to dance? Come on and dance with me. And that held on for a long time, as far as I can remember, was until, in high school. After I got grown and all that stuff, I came back and looked at that. Shit had changed up. So now we have women and men that don't know how to even engage with each other because the only thing they know is hookup. Mm-hmm. How to fuck each other and have kids.
Mm-hmm. Please,
and once they become
F-bombs.
My bad. F each other and have kids. And then guess what happened? It's like automatic now. As soon as she gets pregnant, hey, they're on the road to breaking up now. Not only do they break up, they don't even like each other. Not only do they not like each other, they're like enemies now because they got this thing called a camera. So look what we got right now. So this is why you got your BRITTNEY Renners and your PJ Washingtons and people like that.
But BRITTNEY Renners,
hold on real quick. Give me 1 second. Hold on real quick, brother. See the money. Appreciate you. Shout out to Narratives of Dollars, $5. Appreciate you, brother. Said, well, frat, to be fair, they were doing for so long what Jaheim said, you better put that woman first, where they went too far and suffered from it. Shout out to you. Appreciate your Narratives of Dollars. Thank you very much. Go ahead. You got it, brother.
No, but this is the thing. That's what I've been saying. There ain't no more Keith Sweat brothers out there. Those days is over. And that's why I say it's a great opportunity for the young brother 45 and under. If you got a teenage daughter, go talk to her. Have them hard conversations. Tell her that you sorry. And then tell her the truth. However y'all hooked up, you tell her the truth. And tell her that's over with. It's you and her, because all y'all look like y'all. I bet all y'all kids look like y'all. Got your same nose and shoulders and big ass heads too. But
copy and paste.
Yeah, go embrace it. Go give them. It seems difficult, but look, I'm not telling nobody what to do, man. Everybody got to live their life for themselves. You know what I'm saying? But everything behind you is already done. It's already written. But everything in front of you is your own story to create, especially because at 40 years old, the world is yours. The world is yours. You can go from being a dude with $10 in the bank to a dude with $200,000 in the bank in the next 10 years if you want to. But if you just say, I'm going to sit in the house and keep my windows closed, nah, you're going to suffer. And ain't no woman coming into a musty man's house. Know that. And no man should go into a musty woman's house. If their house ain't smelling like blueberry and fresh air, you better leave out of there because that's going to be a headache.
I do have another. I got a question on that video.
JT, let Kish get in here real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, what's the question, brother?
Oh, so JT, in that process, did your parents like teach you to differentiate between the good women to do that for and the like the 3 or 4s or whatsoever?
Heck yeah. The girls that they didn't like, my mama, she didn't bite her tongue. Yeah. She'd tell me in a minute, don't you ever bring that heifer to my house again.
Okay.
Especially when I was like 16 years old. Oh my God, man. I was, dude, I'm old now, but I was a killer back then, boy. I was just bringing them all to the crib. My mama used to just be looking. She just be like, nope. She seen one. I had this one girl, man. She was on me so doggone. She just huggy bear and kissing on me and all that. And my mom was like, she has no manners. She act like we wasn't even here, and she was just sitting there hugging and kissing on you, sitting on your lap. I liked it.
That's fast.
Yeah. So she did. She showed me. My father, he was laughing, but he was like, yeah, you can't bring them type of women around your mama, boy.
My son ain't got no twisted wrist. Let me say this and I'll shut up, right? The key word and key point that JT got that a lot of brothers from the late 80s and 90s don't have, he had a mother and a father together, got his ass together. A lot of brothers miss that. But when I'm saying you can jumpstart that good that you got in your heart, it probably came from your father, because most of y'all know who your mamas are and know how they behave. So just take that good. If you have a seed that you know, just get them out there, teach them how to swim, how to play football, throw up a little ugly jump shot, teach them how to run, do some push-ups. Life will change in an instant because you're giving back to your God seed. That's all I'm saying.
I got you. Give me one quick second. I apologize. Shout out to DJ Whistler. Said, I don't know, coach. Women do go into musty niggas' crib, fam. That's a fact. My guy Narrative Dollar said, Izzy, you crazy, man. Yo, shout out to that. He said, word, movie, skating, the school dance, and even going to church was a courting process. LOL. My guy Narrative Dollar said the playbook of simping is not as bad as it used to be in the 1990s and early 2000s, but it may be circling back around when older ninjas from 30 to 40 who make it bad in this climate. Go ahead, you got it, man.
The reason why I asked JT that question is because in our culture, there's no teaching or different. Well, because as Coach Frank pointed out, most of us is raised by single mothers, right? So there's no teaching to differentiate between the women you do court and give that energy to and the women you don't deal with. So JT, your situation is unique. And I have my pops and my father, my pops and my mother in my life too. Yeah. So they kind of taught me certain things, right? Similar to that. But unfortunately, most of the men raised in my generation as a millennial didn't get that. So we tend to do that for every chick. Or we're taught that every black chick is the same, is equal. They're all the same. And I rested there.
Yo, let me what's up, Shannon? Brittney Griner. Yo, yeah, he meant Brittney Renner. Yo, Kale Black said a woman with a musty crib is a hell no for me. Yo, I was listening to a little bit of that interview, JT, while y'all was talking. I was paying attention to y'all and listening to the interview. Yeah, I got skills like that. And yo, Aisha said she loved you first to Steph. And it looks as if maybe they might have had more connected Tory so far than what is being led to believe. So I'm gonna have to really listen to this interview for myself, because I am guilty of going off of clips that I've seen, and I do know that you can spin any kind of narrative just off of a 1 or 2 minute clip. You know what I'm saying? And you could take anything out of context. So maybe perhaps the jury is still out on Ayesha Curry, but maybe perhaps she's not as bad as I once thought she was. I'm gonna watch this interview. I'm gonna watch this interview and see.
Facts. Okay.
So
no doubt.
The jury's out. Big Dog Barker. Hold on real quick. Yo, Big Dog Barker, what's up, man? You ain't been able to say nothing in a while. What say you, good brother?
Man, I just been listening to the brothers talking about, raising kids. I just kept my mouth quiet because I got my 2. One of them finna get married, one of them in college, so I done did my job. And I raised them totally different than how I was raised. I was one of them. I had my mom, I ain't had my dad, I had a stepdad. He didn't teach me nothing, and everything I learned about relationships I learned from my mom and great grandmama. And I looked at every woman the same way. They all do the same things, and this, that, and the third. I had to talk to them and figure out which one was which and all that good shit right there. And I was a victim of some women, and I was a bully on some women. So I'm just listening, you know what I'm saying? Just reminiscing in my head.
Yes, sir.
No doubt.
Salute to you, man.
Yeah, salute, my guy, Big Dog. Hey, no doubt. Narrative said, if I clip it, it happened, and I will bring a narrative with facts behind it. Shout out to you. Yeah, okay. I hear you. I didn't go according to your clip, but I ain't gonna front. Some people that I respect a little bit in the game, they did play like a little piece of it, and it did paint a narrative that was not quite what I'm getting from it by watching it myself. I'm just saying. But shout out to JT and Corey Love who put me on to it. Go ahead, Kiss Yardy. You got it, bro.
So the fact that you had dudes that clip it up to make it sound away, that's not really good.
Well, yeah, but I think, but I don't think. Sometimes I don't think it's intentional. I think that we hear things, or we have a bias. It's an attribution bias or an implicit bias, and then we go according to that. So if we hear one thing that stands out, we're like, "Yep, that's who that is. That's who she is," or whatever the case may be. So I'm gonna give it a chance and watch the whole interview. That way I can really make a fair judgment for myself, because what I've seen, like what my man JT and what my man Corey Love said, what I've heard so far has given me a little slight different perspective on Ayesha than what I've previously heard from her. So I gotta really watch it, the whole thing for myself and judge.
Because it's like the fact that Corey Love did a video about what PJ Washington, and Corey Love can correct me, about him marrying a new chick. I didn't know that, and I'm surprised that these
I didn't know I was married today.
Yeah.
Hey yo, I'm gonna mute you, Big Dog. Go ahead.
I didn't know that, and I'm surprised that most of the Red Pill cast and the Manosphere cast didn't do a video about that.
About what?
About PJ Washington getting married to a woman that was investing in him, and he was investing in her.
Oh, okay. A lot of people they got married, but yeah, I don't know.
You would think that'd be something that the spaces would highlight and you put out there. Oh, cool. PJ Washington did learn from his mistakes, got a better woman. You shaking your head, coach, but he did. It'd be like if he picked a chick and he repeated the same thing with BRITTNEY Renner, but he did it.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying. Listen, I don't know nothing about her. I hope she turns out to be a good woman, right? But just in the midst of the chaos, he didn't take time out to find out who he was. He ran to something that he's really not prepared for, because again, a woman will look at that and she can meld in her mind that he's still sort of, I guess, submissive because he got out of character. My wife wouldn't have never.
I'm not talking about that situation. I'm talking about the new chick he got with.
The woman that he's with now.
You're right. That's what I'm talking about, right?
I'm just saying,
but
he
made a better decision with that.
I can't say that because I don't know.
Is it
because today they went, not today, but the incident, they was all together when the incident went down. It shouldn't even be to that level right now. It should be above that. All I'm saying, because I wouldn't get to talking to the right people. He didn't take time to figure out who he was. It can be bad to him. It's probably get worse. Hopefully he don't, but I don't know. I don't know how to say how he can go about it, because you know what I'm saying, if I was my son and I had seen my son go through that, or if it was my friend in the league, I would tell him, sit back, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't even be trying to get connected to a woman. Just focus on getting your son's life settled and just doing the right thing by that. But he's brought another woman into it. He took the woman to her place, and the two women hadn't had a conversation about being a mother, stepmother outside of him or the mediators, you know what I'm saying? Because he has the resources. So I just don't see how it could, because her pregnancy with him was one of the biggest over the last 5 years of any athlete, right? Him and Jalen Green the same way. He's seen how she already was. She was out here married. She got married to a dude, divorced, on reality TV. So he shouldn't even have those type of relationships with her. I wouldn't have no relationship with her. I would just, JT said, get a handler or agency or somebody. He can just write that out through the courts. They're briefing. He ain't got to pay no attorney. He can do that himself. And just do that, get his son, let his son grow up to be a next, Bronny James or something.
Yeah.
But dealing with her, and she's already caught up in the light.
He gonna have to let her just hit that wall, man. At the end of the day, it doesn't, and we see it time and time again what happens. They got all this fire and they feisty and they do all this stuff. By the time they turn 40, 50 years old, man, listen, they can do all the screaming that they want. Life has changed for them. And at the end of the day, those children have changed also. And once you got a child that turns into a teenager and going into adulthood, that child is not the same one that you can use as a pawn. Because guess what ended up happening to those women that do that stuff, that keep thinking that they can play that same game with the father? The father, he done moved on. So they transfer that over to their child, right? And the child is the one that actually shows them exactly who they are. Because all that stuff that they was doing to the father, the child is going to do to them. That's just what happens. She 50 years old and now she mad and she gonna want PJ to handle her kid. She want him to step in now, because that kid is doing, especially if that kid has a bunch of doggone money or they got a lot of ways on how they can work their social life, right? They have means. First time that kid, we already know what's going to happen at that kid's 16th birthday, right?
Yep.
Get a car.
Yep.
He'll get a car. There it is right there. That kid is on some other stuff now.
Some bullshit.
So she could keep doing what she's doing right now. How old is that child? 4?
3 or 4 years old. Yeah, 4 years old.
4 years old. 8 more years, she gonna have way more problems than her baby daddy problems. Baby daddy problems about to end. Trust me, it's gonna be more of a problem that she got with that child than she gonna have with her baby daddy.
No doubt. Narrative Dialogue said these ninjas on YouTube who be acting like they are the hardest are the simps. I am seeing in and clipped it on several streams. I'ma soon call it out. Okay, shout out to you, the investigator of the space. Yo, KL Black said, Boys to Men were the simp kings in the 90s. Yep. Down on bended knee. Shout out to Chanel's Reality. Why you keep saying wow, Chanel's Reality? All you had to do was cam up. We don't let you come up. What's going on? Why you saying wow? Why you saying wow? Narratives Dollar said, I hope whomever is watching is gathering these conversations as topics. Because trust me, what I am saying freely here, you will see it later on someone else's stream. I've watched this for days. I don't know why y'all trying to throw subliminals over here. What y'all doing, man? Told y'all about that.
I know exactly what he's talking about.
Told you about that narrative.
Hey, girl.
Put it in the back. Low-key hate will show when you walk in the building on several channels, unless you cash app or super chat, and they struggle to reel. With truth, you wrote, I support only who F's with me. I mess with you. Shout out to you. Oh Lord. Y'all are wild. Y'all some wild dudes, man. Hey, yo, listen, help us reach our goal. We just need 14 more people, at least $5 a piece. Y'all help us reach our goal. Help us reach our goal today. Appreciate y'all. Support the show. Support the stream. Man. Y'all wild. Yo, so let's transition a little bit. I was going to talk about I do want to talk about this. I'm not going to talk about it in the Ayesha Curry, Steph Curry situation. I'm going to put a pin on that, and I'm going to continue to research that, because the clip that I saw is a little different impression than when I've looked at it for myself, part of that full interview, right? So maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow. But what I do want to talk about is how, as a man, when you are chasing behind a woman who does not want you, who does not see you as a viable option, how detrimental that could be, even when you get said woman. I'm thinking about that. Remember that show Bait with Jamie Foxx? Did you ever see that movie with
the Shrimp King?
When he bit his hand? Is it not? Was that Bait? Was that movie? No.
It was Bait with him and Michael Epps.
Okay, you talking about with Gabrielle Union?
Gabrielle Union and Morris Chestnut, right? Where he bit his hand. What was that movie? When he wrote the book.
Two can play that game? Is it Two can play that game?
I wasn't Two can play that game. He didn't play in that. It was something about a movie. It was a book.
I know.
But anyway, the premise of the movie, he had a boss, right? And this boss wanted this secretary or whoever this woman was, and he wanted her so badly, right? And she was a gold digger, and he finally got her, and she took him for everything that he had. But the book that Jamie Foxx had wrote was something about about how to recognize love, or how to recognize, a good relationship or a good woman or something.
Breaking all the rules. Breaking
all the rules. Yep. Breaking all the rules. Yep. That's a fact. And so the dude had got this woman, and he got this woman that he wanted so bad. He wanted to be with her so bad. And she was the worst type of woman for this dude. What are y'all thoughts on men who spend resources, time, and attention on women who really just want to use their resources, time, and attention, and really don't want or like the men? What are your thoughts on this?
That's why I liked what JT was talking about earlier. That's why I asked him that question, because a lot of men don't know how to differentiate between, women that's worth their time, or actually, and that's why I like the new chick that the new woman that PJ Washington is into, because she's investing in him too. So a lot of men tend to get with women that don't want to invest into them as well, or don't like them, or not attracted to them, don't love them, or don't respect them. And then we run into problems that we obviously seen in the environment today, right? And I landed there.
No doubt. Now, one thing I agree with Dr. BOA with this, I like Dr. BOA, but there's some things I don't agree with him. But one thing I absolutely agree with him on is, I think that as a man, you should find a woman who is excited about you, number one, and number two, wants to see you pleased in or happy in or whatever version of that you like,
and along with your expectations too.
What don't add to my list. Yo, what say you, Coach Ferg? What say you, Coach Ferg, on that particular perspective?
Damn, man. I ain't never listened to no nigga in my age group outside of my immediate, people that tell me what type of woman to choose. Every woman that I've been with, she's been the personality that I like, whether I was ready for her or not. I ain't never had to run across water for a woman. I ain't never had to do that. I salute to my parents, like JT. Shit, my mama let me know early, like, and my daddy let me know, because I saw him outside. My daddy was outside, and I used to watch it. And believe me, I had sisters, so I knew what type of girls to stay away from early. I've always liked the natural little rust on the elbow smell. I just always been into that. I ain't never been into this modern looking. I ain't never been into that, you know, and that's just me. And I never knocked women doing it, but I didn't have to choose them. It was plenty of more that what I like. And I like a woman that if she ain't coming to see me play sports, she ain't my type of woman. If she, you know what I'm saying? I'm a very picky guy. I grew up in a house with 6 women. And our house was very clean. If it smelled good, it wasn't none of that ranching shit going on. So when I went over somebody's house, even guys are like, oh, these niggas live sloppy over here. So I just cut them off. But that was me. I play sports, so I wasn't attached. I didn't have attached issues like that. A lot of people have attachment issues because they lack in that other side. But a woman, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know, man. It's hard to explain for me because she's going to be a good person. She's going to treat people right outside of herself. That's how I look at it. You know, how she speak to adults older than her, respect. I'm big on respect. You know what I'm saying? Kids come in the room, I'm going to say something to you like my daddy said something to my friends. You ain't coming in my house and don't speak to my baby. You don't speak to my wife, you can get out quick. And that goes for anybody. But I just did what my daddy did and that shit worked. So can't nobody else tell me nothing different until you get to where me and my daddy's at. Salute to my pops, for real. And I'm still trying to chase the shit he did. But, you know.
Be your own man. Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying be your own man. Just do the right thing. Treat people right.
But yeah, that didn't have nothing to do with anything I was just talking about. But shout out to you. Hey, Living Humbly.
Yo,
that's
man,
what I like about is he gonna engage with the chat. Like, oh, like, what? Just go first. That had nothing to do with what I was just.
Man, I mean, I can't.
What's that? Cam Black said facts is. Hold on, real quick. Bryson Statefree said Izzy Bandz and Hitch with Kevin James, Eva Mendes, and Will Smith. That was another fine example. Yeah. When he was chasing after that girl that really wasn't excited about him. I think instead of telling you they do not want you in their chat, or if they do not read the super chats, you will know that they are aware you have caught on to their lies. So I redirect them. Shout out to that. This is home base over here. Shout out to you, Narrative Dialogues. I appreciate that this is home base. Shout out to that. I think that, like, my thing, Coach Ferg, is like for the younger brothers, like some principles and philosophies that can help them out. Of course, when it comes to men, right? We all like different things. None of us is a monolith. None of us see things the same way or feel the same thing, right? What may be a dime to you may be a 5 to me, and what may be a dime to me may be a 4 or 3 to you, right? So I'm not speaking from that perspective, but I think that as far as any woman that has that particular man's best interest at heart, or any woman that wants to see that man in a good state, I think that's a good starting point. What do you think about that specifically, that philosophy or that ideology specifically?
No, that's spot on. That fares from top to bottom. Yeah, any woman that you say you like based off her physical traits and you like the way she sounds, one of her top priorities, it shouldn't be the only priority, but it should be in the top 3. Just making sure my man, my family, making sure the kids are smart. I believe that wholeheartedly.
Right.
Every day.
What I was saying.
But yeah.
Hey, JT, what say you on this subject? What say you?
So you was talking about the boss, right? That had the woman that was out there just using the heck out of him.
Yes, sir.
And he was simping for her.
Yes, sir. And it ended up being miserable. He thought he was miserable but out her, but he ended up being.
Yeah, I think that's something that we just have to experience. If somebody tells us certain things, that's one thing. And you got to be able to navigate. But if you are a man that are not used to being around clean and just attractive women, that's just gonna get you, bro. That's gonna get you, because everything else that you that you should be looking at, mannerable, everything that Coach Ferg was just saying, it goes out the window. If she's fine, she smells good, you know, she knows how to navigate your emotions and all of that stuff, man. You gotta You gotta, what they used to say in that song, she's a maniac.
Yeah.
In Oakland, and Hall and Oaks had a song called "She's a Man Eater."
Yes,
Those are real. That's real things, man. Because attractive women, they can, if you know, man, they can do some damage to us, bro. They can do some damage to us. So at the end of the day, you do have to have some type of principles that Coach Ferg was saying. I had ADHD when it came down to women. I was just like him. I was too busy to be sitting there and every day I'm gonna be laid up with you and stuff like that. You know, I had things to do. Yes, and that was even, you know, before I even got married and post my marriage, right? It was just a point where I just never had that much time where I'm just going to just spend up under a woman, right? However, it be those moments, those weekends, I'm the nicest dude to them. I say the nicest things to them. We have a great time together, all these different things. But guess what happens? Once I'm gone, out of sight, out of mind. If I can call you, I call you. If not, okay. And they used to get pissed off. I think that was one of the biggest problems in my relationships. I didn't call you every day. So, and the thing was that if I really, really liked you, you know that I really liked you, but I've never been that type of a guy. What happens with a lot of dudes is that they give their all.
Yeah.
They give them everything.
Up front.
Yeah. When you don't even know that you already have a lot and you don't have to give them all, you just give them a lot then. Like what they call it now? Love bombing.
Yeah, but they do call it that. But I think part of that, and I agree with you wholeheartedly, right, JT? But I think part of that is a lot of men, including myself when I was younger, learned how to love like a woman. They didn't really learn how to love like a man. So we get this romanticized, fantastical idea of what this ideal woman that we want. And then when we see a woman that remotely fits into that mold, we'll project that fantasy on that woman and then live out that fantasy like a woman. That's how women love. Yeah. And so I think that, you know what I'm saying, when men realize and learn how to love like men and realize how to operate like men in love, in a love situation, I think that's when things start to really balance out and be good for them. But when they fall in love and all this other goofy crap that is really toxic and really dangerous, then they're out of order and out of orbit. What say you, Coach Ferg?
You know, it's funny, right? Because when I think back, you know, my house with my father was never loud when he was in the house, ever. I never heard my mother or father disrespect each other. Now, my father would cuss all of us out right now. You know, not right now, but back in the day, if y'all came through my crib with y'all hats on, he gonna cuss you straight out. And what I found out when I was getting feedback was like, my father was the best dude ever. I'm like, this dude crazy as hell in the house. My father didn't cook. He didn't clean. He didn't do none of that shit. He worked. He paid the bills. I always had to cut the grass, shovel the snow, fucking clean leaves off. I did everything like that. My sisters washed dishes, made the bed. You know, I made my own bed and cleaned up my own room because I was clean like that. But my mother cooked. She ain't wash no dishes. Everybody was teenagers, didn't know everybody had to do their own shit. And I just took that with me. And anytime I met a woman, I like to go over her house. Okay, your house is a little messy. I like, oh, I can pass on this. And when I like the ones that I like that like me back, it wasn't so difficult to sort of just communicate and have a relationship. And I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what y'all looking for. Because y'all out here single like that, man. Y'all in the prime and y'all dating and meeting somebody valuable's life right now. So I don't know, man. Don't move like PJ if you young. If you 20 ain't got no kids, just hold on to it. Don't give up your seed without compensation.
I see. Sorry, I see you, Chanel. Go ahead. I see you. You could.
I mean, it's interesting. I don't even know how to answer the question, man, because I think, brothers, look at this video. I mean, about, I ain't gonna and use it to just be better in life, man. It's gonna pay off. Give yourself 5 to 10 years. You'll be able to get the money right. Buy you a little house and fix it up 1 year at a time.
Yo, shout out to KO Black, said facts as he salute. Cash Key Even, what's up? Y'all seen the Shorty's book cover, right? What book cover? What you talking about? What you talking about, Cash Key? I don't know what you're talking about. Tim Casey, I don't know what you're talking about either. Then one stop, toxic woman gets done using and abusing you, and you do get the right one. Yes, abused her, and that's where I have the problem. Can someone decipher this for me?
Well, meaning that a man that already been through some toxic woman and she's the good woman, but she gets used by him. But see, once you know he's had those rough relationships, you have to not even engage with him. That's where the discipline comes in. But he had that good look that you like. He was tall and ugly like me and shit. Yeah, he was good. But he wasn't ready for you because he was already expressing, the girls beat me up in my last relationship. He's a whiner. Get away from him.
Oh, yeah. I saw that book cover. Yeah, I saw it in the bookstore. And Anton swore, Anton Daniels from AntonDaniels.com. Shout out to him. He swore I was lying. I was like, nigga. And then I went live to the bookstore because it was right down the street from my house. I'm like, yo, fam, I'm telling you, this book is in there, but it was closed. The bookstore was closed. So they tried to play me. That's what they tried to play me. Like, don't play me. I ain't. Why would I make up? I go to the bookstore religiously. Like, he's like, you don't go to the bookstore. I'm like, fam, the bookstore is right down the street from my house. I live in a bookstore. What you talking about? But anyway, yeah, I saw the one where she's naked with the apple. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I saw that.
Body like that. Yeah,
man. Shoot.
Yo, hey, Chanel, how you doing? Welcome to the show. What say you?
Hey, party people, come back to me, please.
Okay, cool, no problem. Anybody else wanted to add on?
Yeah, so I mean, when we start talking about this whole thing, I think the art of dating is gone, bro. It's a done deal. I don't know I don't think it'll never go back to the way that it did, but we have to at least give some type of some insight or something, man. If not, it's just going to keep going the way it is going, and eventually nobody's going to be even screwing each other. It's just going to be a bunch of people doing whatever, man. I don't see anything good coming out of this if we stay the same that it is, because it's only going to get worse every time we get a new 18-year-old coming through. In the next 10 years, if there has not been some type of breakthrough with women, and I can say specifically black women and black men, this is all going to be bad, bro. Everybody's going to be abroad.
No doubt. Let me ask you a question though, right? With that being said, and I know, you got divorced or whatever the case may be. I'm recently newly single, whatever the case may be. Yo, I don't know, bro. I'm not really interested in dating. What's your perspective on it? I'm not interested. Like, I'm really, really genuinely not. Like, I don't find it exciting. I find that, like, when I think about it, it's kind of nerve-wracking. Thank you, Vixen Forever. Shout out to Vixen Forever. She said good convo. Thank you, sis. It's kind of nerve-wracking, right? Recently single, about I've been single probably for about 7 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. I don't know. But like when I think about the idea of trying to date, like get to know somebody new, like I'm good on that. What's your thoughts, JT? I know you got divorced or whatever. Like, what as an older man, how is that going in your perspective?
No, man, that the whole concept of dating has no pizzazz to it anymore. No pizzazz at all to it anymore. I'm not interested in meeting new people. That's just what it is with me. I think it's just the fact that I have a different perspective of life. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm older now. It's about, getting that money, trying to get to a point of, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't see me ever getting married again. I can see me, being in a relationship with somebody. But as far as like us up under the same roof and all that stuff, man, it's just I have no
interest.
It's like no interest. It's like
for what, right?
Right. It's kind of like that now. And one of the reasons is because we just got a lot to do. You know what I'm saying? I got a whole lot to do. When I'm by myself, I'm not lonely. I ain't never been lonely. I'm cool with being by myself. Now it's good when I'm with someone and we can go out and do activities together and stuff like that. I'm cool with them on that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as it being an everyday thing, I ain't got it in me, bro.
Yeah, I think, but you think that's because like we have children or whatever the case may be. Like if my son is attached to it, I was good with it. You know what I'm saying? But now that my son is not attached to it, it's just like I don't really have much interest. You know what I'm saying? It's like, like if my thing is if my son ain't living in a house with me, then what I look like, you know what I'm saying, taking care of somebody else's kids or being with somebody else's kids or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
It's just a little different for me now. Like, and I don't feel no type of way. Like you said, it's so much going on, so much to do. I got so much family. I got so many people rely on me, depend on me, need me for this, need me for that. Like, it's like,
yeah, it's not a fear. It's not this whole, it's just at a point where it's just like, even if you go out, you hook up somebody, you say, okay, we go out and you go on a date with him and stuff like that. You ain't excited about it no more.
Yo, I haven't even done that. Yo, JT, I have not even done that, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm not interested, bro. I'm not interested. I see a lot of nice looking women. Like there's a lot of nice looking women where I live at, but it's just like,
so is it? So is it you just gonna go cold turkey and just heal yourself?
Nah, I get I have the ability, any woman, let me put it like this, any woman that I've been with in the past, they always are very happy if they get a call from me to engage.
No, ain't nobody talking about that, man. I'm saying you're gonna heal yourself emotionally.
Emotionally, I'm not emotionally. I don't think I'm emotionally scarred though.
Okay, I'm just asking, because
I'm not emotionally scarred.
Facetious.
I'm about to say physically, anytime they get that call, they are more than happy to receive that call.
See, you're gonna get to talking. Okay. Now, see, JT's married and divorced, right? So I can understand, but you know what I'm saying.
I was married too.
No, but you in this relationship, it's a relationship, right? And it ended, right? Yes. So I'm just saying, do you think that you may need to talk to somebody outside of your audience or, professional? You think you need therapy?
No, no.
I'm just asking, man, because
because my son is basically 13. He'd be 13. Like, so my son is 13. So it's like, nah, I don't need like the thing is that his mother and I have come to an understanding, you know what I'm saying? And so like my thing is I'm not mad. Like I maybe like 5 years ago or 6 years ago that might have been the case, but I've been to therapy since then and I'm over it. Like it's not, I've realized if never before in my life, I realized you cannot control anybody else. The only thing and the only person you have control over is yourself. So at the end of the day, if she says, hey, I know your program is ABC, but I want to do CDE, that's like, oh, well, what's up with the A and the B? Well, I don't want to do the A and B. Okay, well, that's fine. You have that right. And I can't force you. At the same time, I cannot be in a situation where ABC is not what's going down. ABC is the program. So that's what it is. So it's nothing to get therapy about. She's a grown woman and she has a right to choose what she wants to do with her life and how she wants to live her life. And I have a right to choose what I want to do with my life and how I want to live my life. So it's no love loss or no hard feelings or nothing. Like it's nothing to be healed from. It's like people got a right to choose for themselves how they want to live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's an exercise in futility trying to put my ideals on somebody else or trying to put my, you know, desires on other people. Like that's not gonna work. So why would it? So that's what. So Coach Ferg, with that being said, why would a person need to talk to somebody or need therapy in that type of situation?
No, I'm not saying nobody need it, but you know, there's when you come out of a long relationship, right, and then you develop a mindset where you're just gonna just like alleviate the opportunity again. And I look at age as like, man, me and my wife had these conversations. She's like, if something happened to me, you can get you a good woman. I say, because I was like, JT, no. I said I wouldn't have no woman I'm living with coming over, hanging out, nothing. That few days, maybe Tuesday, but no mail, no outfits left here. I go over, feed the dog, fix some cabinets. You know, I do my manly stuff because I like doing stuff like that. You know, couldn't have no kids asking for money because I ain't giving nobody no money. You know, I that's just me. So just the fact that, you know, me saying what I said, hearing you say that, and I don't know, shoot, going the next 20
what
years.
What would your 22-year-old say to you right now?
Hey, listen, Kel Black said, ninjas who don't read thinks nobody reads a book. What a shame. Yo, my man, something to think about. L. Nix, what's up, family? Just picked up George Orwell's graphic novel, 1984. Good book, great book. 2 days ago, I have the original book already. Shout out to that. That's a great book. It's a great book. Shout out to George Orwell. Narratives Dialogue said, think about yourself if you are an older but well-kept man at this point. Older to me is the mindset, but as far as age, 30 to 50 years old. Shout out to that. We got to stop thinking like we are 18 to 25. That's a fact. Man, please, after being married since 19 and divorcing at 36, officially and separated, you can call me what you want. I am going to be happy with no stress. Learn to be happy and creative. Like, yo, this is like, listen. Like, I just met like family members that I didn't know, and there's a lot of them, and they've been showing me a lot of love, and I appreciate them. Shout out to my family from my father's side of the fence. So, and then I got two sisters, a brother. I got like I got 3 nephews. I got 2 sons. I got 2 daughters. I got 5. I got 3 nieces. Shit, like yo, my moms, my pops, my cousins, I got so many people, and then so many people that, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot. So and then like my daughter still, some of my children still could call me for money. So, you know, I'm helping some people. So yeah, like it's a lot. I got a full life.
Look how blessed you are, man. Look at all that connections you got. That's blessed.
I got full life.
You can take on more than that. You just blessed with that.
I got full life. I got full life, bro. Cause I got full life. Trust me. My shit is filled up. My cup is overflowing.
Can I ask y'all a question?
What is that? Is it a legitimate question or do you want to troll?
It's a legitimate.
Okay.
I'm not a troll. Why would you use anyway?
I'm just saying good.
Anyway, do you guys think y'all all got, for the ones that got married and divorced, or even if you're still married, do you think you got married for the right reasons?
Yeah.
So then why didn't it last, do you think?
Because she divorced me.
Oh, you still wanted to be married?
No, I didn't want to be divorced. I proposed to her.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You still wanted to continue.
You still wanted to be married. She said you still wanted to be married.
Yeah. I didn't get married to get divorced. That was the worst stuff that ever happened to me, man. That shit was crazy. Yeah, that was the wildest shit ever. Because I'm like, I proposed to you, and then you just say because you was, I don't know, you was feeling crazy or something. I don't know what it was, but yeah.
I got married. I got married for the wrong reasons.
I think you told us that the other night on Dr. Witch Doctor's show.
Yeah, I got married for the wrong reasons. I had a root put on me. So I got
I'm not playing with you. I'm not.
I had a root put on me, so I definitely got married for the wrong reasons.
Okay, yeah, that same root that got you out here chasing the root, that you still chasing that root. No,
wait, whoa! That's how. Wait, hold on. That's how rumors get started. I never let misinformation go out there unchecked.
Hold up.
I don't think you. Where's your active listening skills, Coach Ferg? I'm not. Hold on. Time out. Izzy Bandz don't chase a god doggone thing. I don't have to chase nothing at all. Trust me, I don't chase anything. Even when I was in the streets, I didn't have to chase nothing. I had the same privilege or better privilege than you, sir. Trust and believe.
I'm glad you did, man. I'm glad you did. That's what made
I was a very sought after gentleman, and I still.
Why were you sought after?
Yes.
Maybe my reputation. I don't know.
What was your reputation?
I don't know. You gotta ask these ladies. I don't know.
That's what I thought.
I was just sought after. I don't know. For whatever reason, women really liked me for whatever reason. I don't know why, but they just did. So, it was whatever. I never had a problem. I really honestly never had a problem with women or getting women or being around women or you guys Angry Man. He'll tell you I ain't never had no worries as far as that regard. Now, as far as getting rid of women, I've always had that problem.
Why you?
Yeah, I women have not taken breakups. Like I've always had that problem as far as getting rid of women. Like they don't.
Did they beg you to stay, sir?
Yeah, they don't take that too easy. Like you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, they would thank me for helping them grow, helping them be better people. But you know what I'm saying? Some of the things that I've been through for trying to separate myself has been very, very damaging and toxic situations.
Like getting a root put on.
Yeah, like a root. Yeah, like that root.
What is the root? What does that mean?
A root. Yeah, that hoodoo voodoo.
I have no idea what y'all talking about.
Eating that girl's. I let me just put it like this. I was eating that girl's spaghetti. I shouldn't have ate the spaghetti.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that, Izzy. I was like, that boy would have been nasty if I said that.
Yeah, I shouldn't eat the woman's spaghetti. She used to always make spaghetti, and I my dumb ass, I like Italian food. I'm being honest. I'm telling the truth. My dumb ass, I like Italian food, and I was tearing that shit up, kind of like Klay Thompson. Wait, hold on, kind of like Klay Thompson ass is doing right now. And you see how gone he is over a woman that we all know is not a good woman. Yeah, like that. Yeah, it's real.
Izzy, okay. How old were you, Izzy? I need to know age. How old you were?
When
this happened, when this root was put on you, was it at 22, 32, what, 42?
Yeah, it probably was like when I was probably like when I was 20. I would imagine it was probably like when I was, I don't know, it might have been all along. It might have been, I'm trying to answer you, brother. You just asking me to be entertained, or do you want to answer? Probably about when I was 17 years old. I have been with the woman who I ended up marrying since I was 15, 16 years old.
So why wasn't she the one?
Why wasn't she the one that what?
You married her, right?
Yeah, why wasn't she the one?
And then
that
y'all got divorced. So I'm trying to figure out.
Was she older than you?
No, she was a little bit younger than me.
A little bit?
Like a year. Like a year.
So you were 15 and she was how old?
Now,
I was self-control on this internet. How old was she?
Hold on. I was 16 and she was 15. What's wrong with you?
Okay.
Are y'all okay? Are y'all okay?
Is you that the young girl get it on you like that? She had your nose wide open. That's all.
Yeah, I was young. No. But no, Coach Ferg, there's a such thing as a root, and that shit is real. And that root was placed on me, and it's real because when you know, like when you in a fog, like that whole time period is a fog of memory, like it's a fog. And when I tried to separate, I was going through hell, like literal hell on earth.
In love.
No. No. I was highly infatuated. Hold on. I was highly infatuated at first. At the same time, no.
Come on,
absolutely not. Because I told I'm telling, bro. I'm trying to tell you what God love. I have no problem expressing myself or no problem telling you what the real. And I'm trying to tell you that, yo, like I said, she was a knockout. She was a beautiful young lady. She was fine as wine, and my daughter's a very pretty young lady. So they look like their mama, right? At the same time, yeah, like what's real is what's real. Because the truth is, I would have never chose her to be my spouse, and I used to tell her that all the time.
Damn.
Izzy, you was a teenager. Hold on, you was a teenager saying this. Come on, Izzy.
Yes,
man.
I swear, yes,
bro.
No,
you are a savage.
I'm not a savage. I'm just
yes, you are.
He was in love. He was in love.
Mike, I'm not a savage.
She's not a savage.
One Mike. That's how rumors get started. Listen,
she's a kid.
I'm not. This is the thing. She used to tell me I'm gonna marry you, and I used to tell her as a teenager, yo, you're not the type of girl I should marry. No, I don't want to get married to you. She used to tell me she would have 7 children by me, and I used to tell her, shit, you'll be lucky if you get 3 from me, and she got 3. But I was like, yo, you'll be lucky if you get 3 from me, because I ain't really trying to marry you. And I was with her, and I was into her, and I was infatuated by her, and I was wanting to be with her, but towards the middle of it, I realized that wasn't really where I should be, and I was trying to escape, but I couldn't escape.
Not escape.
Yeah, I couldn't escape.
Is you was young, man. That was your first love at heart. No, yeah, you was young. Yes,
that wasn't my first love.
Mm.
That's a greater love than most men and women are having today, is it?
No, it's a great experience. It was a great.
I was a teenager doing the same thing.
It was
my mother snapped me. Now, okay, yeah, it could have been. That's what I said. We can't go without it. Women have it. Sisters have that effect on us.
No. Yes,
that's
the roots I'm talking about. No.
I know what you're talking about,
brother. Yeah. I'm not. Listen. I'm not a brother that's led by my Johnson. I'm not led by my Johnson at all.
Like, because after that experience, you became a better man from that experience as a young man. See, that's a growing pain moment, which is good, right? Is all I'm trying to say. But in that moment, it was what it was. I was a guy, similar teenager, but yeah, my mother, she snapped me out of it young, 16, 17. By the time I was 20, 21, I didn't have problems with females and stuff. That first little high school love, like I say, they came to get me. I'm like,
oh my God.
But yeah. That's the thing, though. Once you come out to be a man, besides that, that's what I'm saying. Especially, once you come out to be a man and how you view and see women, you have to take your own view, but you also have to understand that, you have women in your family, and you sort of look at those women. If they respectful, then that's the type of woman you choose. And if they're not respectful, then that's the type of woman you stay away from.
And don't eat the spaghetti of Megan Thee Stallion. Just don't eat Megan Thee Stallion spaghetti. Just stay away from it, bro. Yo, Clay, someone help Clay Thompson. Can someone get Clay Thompson some help? I wish I could help Clay. Someone needs to give him a detox. Yeah.
No, it's over. It's over.
Spaghetti, and he loving it. And he's supposed to be playing in the season. She got him wide open.
But I just hope he don't do it. I hope they don't create one of these mega childs, right? They both high profile, got money. Hopefully he doesn't get her pregnant. Man. I hope that if they in a relationship, cool, have fun, but don't leave a baby mama, baby daddy situation, because that just goes to show
that nigga gonna marry her.
He shouldn't be in a situation with her. Period.
Exactly. Period.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But he's already there, though. See, we can say he shouldn't, but he's already there. So hopefully,
he's been eating too much spaghetti, Coach Ferguson. What I'm trying to tell you, spaghetti, bro.
Oh my God, man. Okay, well, she's cooking it.
Catfish on him.
Excuses.
Yeah, it's excuses. That's what it is.
Ain't no excuse. It's the truth. It's the truth.
According to who? Mr. Bandz?
Absolutely. And no, if you seen that spaghetti and catfish, Clay said, I ain't never had spaghetti and catfish. It's spaghetti with red sauce and catfish, and that nigga been going ever. That nigga been going ever since, boy. Spaghetti and red sauce, nigga, and catfish. Ooh, wee, she got it.
What is wrong with y'all?
Hey, y'all brothers, y'all better stop eating that red sauce.
So, do y'all do y'all have an active role in your children's lives?
Oh, absolutely.
Like see them every day, every week.
Yeah, I take
not only on the weekends.
Yo, yes, my son was just over every day. Yes, absolutely. And I don't see my older children because they're grown people. I don't see them every day, but yes, I see my son every single day. Yes, yeah. Glory be to the Most High God.
Denzel's wife,
huh?
What's Denzel's wife husband? You up here critiquing? Is he bad?
Nah, it's good.
I'm not critiquing anybody. I asked questions.
Good. She just asked questions. Hey, Clay is lost in the red sauce. You got doggone right he is, K.O. Black. You got doggone right. Clay is done for. Poor Clay. Can we say a prayer for Clay? Can we say a prayer for Clay?
No prayers. He got to say a prayer for himself.
No, he needs some ointment, and an exorcism and some in a spiritual bath, and then he gonna have to do some other stuff to get that shit up off him.
No, he gonna get exactly what he
needs. He needs a spiritual bath, some ointment, and some prayer.
He gonna get exactly what he get. No, see, that sounds like a same bath a woman to get.
Nah,
that's crazy.
That's the bath of vinegar. Nah, you talking about the bath of vinegar. Nah, you talking about the vinegar bath.
That's the same bath she go put on
you with the root. He need to bathe in that ointment and be cleansed so he can get away. He got to get away, man.
Yeah, funny.
Chanel, you have a son or a daughter?
No, I don't have any children.
So you chose
these 5 hadiths.
you chose not to. You chose not to pass down the king's seed. Okay, that's all good.
Nah, maybe that's not. Don't do that.
No, because
you talking to me?
Yes.
No, I'm talking to Coach Furry.
Anybody.
Was it intentional? Was it intentional? I don't know if it's.
Look at you. No,
it wasn't.
See, it wasn't intentional. Did you want to have children?
Yes.
So see, so so that's what I say. Sometimes that's a sensitive subject. Alpha Omega said, but Izzy has an unusually positive, great attitude, living out hardships. Most men are not like him, though, so should not be expected to be a child's life realistic. Well, you know what I'm saying, like. Yeah, listen, my son was had intentionally on purpose, and you know what I'm saying, that's my guy. So listen, I'm gonna do everything I can to stay in his life and stay active in his life because that's my guy. He's a little hater, but he's still my guy, huh?
But in our reality, though, Izzy, and this is what most fathers we've seen it sort of play out with Nelly, right? When a child is first born, like. With Ashanti and Nelly was saying, hey, when a child's able to run and jump and walk, he's with me, right? I think that could be a dynamic that could shift everything about the future forward because, of course, women like babies and hold them and make them up and, dress them up. They like that. But when the kids start having, like developing motor skills, I think that'll be a great benefit to let the fathers be more engaging because think about it, over the last 25 years, most of us have only been born through relationships, not marriage.
Right. But the thing is, it's hard to convince. Hold on real quick. It's hard to convince a woman who that's her only child to let that child go. I'm just gonna let you know now.
Okay, let's give it the first one. But again, in the unfortunate cases, there's more than 1 or 2 children in the home. There's more than 1 or 2 children.
In most cases.
Okay. So no, not at all. Whether it's 1 or 2, even allowing that child to go through the little baby stage and then allow the father who may not have been in a relationship. He just, just really wasn't a relationship, but it's still giving him access and forcing them to have access to, like take him over there and allow him to just develop the relationship. Most Black men want to be in the child's life.
Absolutely.
Once they know, but and that's what I'm saying, regardless of him like trying to pull up at your house every day, like what we saw and all of that, just sometimes just say, hey, I'm bringing him over there. You know what I'm saying? Allowing him to spend that little time. And if he's a good guy, it's going to show immediately. If he's not, then that's something that's going on with him as a father.
Right, but you preaching to the choir though, like the women.
No,
I'm
not preaching to the choir.
Trying to get the women to be on that page and be on that accord is some of the hardest thing, and we seeing it in the PJ Washington situation where that is Brittney Renner's only child, right? And she is trying to use that child and weaponize that child against PJ. It's not PJ's only child, but it's Brittney's only child. So she's gonna hold on to dear life to that little boy and smother that little boy, and it's really gonna be at the detriment to the little boy. But you know, PJ's trying to be a part of that kid's life, but it's like you preaching to PJ about he wants to be a father, and he does.
But Izzy, man, PJ is a 2-time baby daddy, so he should know better. What are you talking? He should know better.
But he's not a 2-time baby daddy. What
I'm saying, he has a
baby, and then he's a husband.
Yes,
his other children come from his wife.
Okay, so what I'm saying is he met a woman who's already been moving around in the streets way before he knew her reputation before he got with her. He already knew that. Everybody knew that. That's how she was, right? It's not the fact that he had a child with her. She's already displayed to him who she's going to be in his life. He's already seen her move on quickly. He's already seen her wasn't putting the child first because it's still a little baby. She's not spending all of those moments with the child. She's out being a profile person like she was. The only thing you know what I'm saying, for any brother, I ain't talking about PJ, I'm talking about for the 9-to-5 dude, and you're on some type of paperwork document saying that you're the child's father, don't fight these type of situations with words and back and forth. Take advantage of the paperwork that is afforded to you. Document everything. Make a calendar. I went to see my son. I didn't get access. Take if you can't take the law with you every time, take respectful. Take your mother. Say, Mama, sit in the car. I'm just gonna go try to get my baby. Hold the camera. Document it. Take it to court. You get days off, just file it, set it up for that. And eventually, you know what I'm saying, because you want the relationship with the child. You know, you step outside of the feelings for her. And lady, step outside of feelings for the man. Allow him to have that child. Give you some rest so you can get some sleep, so you can take care of things.
Then she won't have the control. Shout out to Rogue C. Then she won't have the control that she wants. Go ahead. What'd you say, Chanel?
So you think what you just described, Mr. Coach, is what is happening? Like women are holding the children or using them as some sort of pawn or whatever?
Yes, that's been happening for the last 35 years.
Absolutely. So why would they be making these poor choices in women?
Hold up, Chanel. Here's the problem. It ain't just making the poor choice in women, because most cases the women are just regular, normal women who some may have went to college. A lot of them raised by mama. A lot of them didn't have fathers the same as the man. The same people. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't just separate the masses of people, because most people living in regular neighborhoods. This is happening in regular $35,000 a year neighborhoods on a regular in our community, in Black people community. The numbers are still the same. We still having we still having sexual relations and numbers as far as children no longer being here. Those numbers continue to be consistent, and it's unfortunate. Is all I'm saying, because it just has to sort of, I don't know. I don't know.
So you agree that they are making poor decisions with regards to
both sides. The girls and the boys are making poor decisions, because most of our children are born before women get out of high school.
Well, what I'm saying is it's not.
1 second. Okay.
What I'm saying is it's, and I don't know this statistic, but my guess is typically it's women who are filing, I don't know if you call it filing, but requesting child support, right?
Yes.
Yes.
90%.
Or if she's getting government assistance, the state will go after the man, right, to try to compensate. Shout out to Freedom 557 said, yes, women do that. My son is going through it right now. Some women are evil. Yes, some women are evil, and I'm sorry that men go through that, and I'm sorry that women go through that too. But yo, listen, if y'all want to keep the show going, we've been up here almost 4 hours. We need 11 more people, at least $5 a piece. 11 more people, at least $5 a piece in the next 11 minutes. 11 people, $5 a piece the next 11 minutes if y'all want to keep the show going. If not, we're going to shut it down at the 4-hour mark. Appreciate you. But go ahead, Chanel. That'll be 9:30 Eastern Standard Time or 8:30 my time.
So if what you're saying is true, which is it's the same way on both sides or whatever the case may be, then why do y'all keep picking those women?
It's not y'all. Well, hold on real quick. It's not y'all. Let me answer. It's not y'all just picking those women. Like, you got to remember that out of the divorces, it's 70 to 80% of the women that are filing for divorce. So some of those children are born in wedlock. However, the parents, these women are divorcing these men for irreconcilable differences, and then the child is with the women. So like, it's not necessarily that men are necessarily picking bad women. Like, for example, right, my son's mother.
Well, but if you're saying y'all are the good people.
Hold on real quick. My son's mother is generally a good woman, right? At the same time, because of her ideals and my ideals, in our older age, remember we was in our 30s when we met, so our ideals don't necessarily match up, and we didn't have a child right away. It was a few years into it, but you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. So it's like, yo, sometimes it just doesn't work out the way that you want it to work out, and it's not really about placing a blame in somebody's fault per se. It's about, like, it just don't work out the way you want it to work out. That's it.
So this is my question. So if, from what you guys are saying, the men are good, they're actively in their child's life, they taking them here, doing whatever, being parents.
I didn't say
no,
that.
I'm saying.
Wait, hold on. Let her finish her question first before we go ahead. Finish your question.
I'm saying, if generally speaking, fathers are doing what they're supposed to be doing, even if they're separated from whoever they had a child with, if these guys are really genuinely good guys, then how is it that the lady picked wrong? How is it that women are picking wrong? If these are good guys and she's picking these good guys, why are they no longer together? Why aren't they still married? And you know,
this is what I said. But this is what I said. So for me, you can't ask me about somebody else's talking points, right? So because that's never ever my talking point. My source of talking point, if you have to call it that, is I think that sometimes people grow, and then sometimes they grow apart. Sometimes people have different things that they want. People are people. You have your own autonomy, your own rights, your own will, your own everything. And so what you want at 20 is not necessarily what you want at 30, and what you want at 30 is not necessarily what you want at 40. And as you're growing and as you're getting older and as life is life, and things change. It's all kinds of stuff that happens in life. So life has twists and turns. So I think a lot of times, unless you're talking about like a casual situation, if people are in a relationship, then it just didn't work out for whatever reason. And I think, like my man JT said, he said it best. He didn't get married to get a divorce. He would have stayed. He wanted to stay married. And most men are like that. They didn't get in a relationship to break up. They wanted to be with that woman, but things happen, and lines get crossed, and all types of things happen. And so people got to make tough decisions. JT.
Sorry.
I want JT. I think he wanted to answer the question too. So I'm going to give him room to answer the question.
Yeah. So one of the things that we have to understand is that marriage is not dating. And when you hear a lot of these panels, they're talking about dating phases. It's very seldom that you will hear people actually talking about issues in marriage. It's a whole different ball game. If you have people talking about marriage issues, I guarantee it has nothing. It'll be totally different than dating issues. That's the difference. Those marriage issues, man, it's a lot that goes, it's a lot of nuances that goes along with being with someone married to them. And the gripes and the grievances that you would have women and men expressing, I guarantee people that's single won't be able to even fathom what's going on in that marriage, because that's just what it is. And so, because you're growing with that person, and it goes to what Izzy was just saying, what you liked yesterday, guarantee you ain't gonna like it tomorrow and the next day and the next day after that. So imagine getting married, and then 2 years after that, you have your first child. A year or 2 years after that, you have your second child.
Mm-hmm.
As they're growing, guess what you're doing too? You're growing too. And in those marriages, it's shit, man. I'm talking about that people go through. It is way more than, well, I just don't want to be married anymore. It's a lot that goes on with that. Especially with us as men.
Yeah.
So what a woman has to understand is that when I get married, I have to be able to do this for the long run. Rich or poor, better or worse, to death do us part. When someone is married and they're married successfully, you know what that means? Somebody died.
Wow.
That's a successful marriage.
That's crazy. Because to death did they part. Damn.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's crazy. I caught that. Shout out to Money Marco said, I was about to say that same thing, Abi Wardy. So Abi Wardy said, shout out to my guy, Abi Wardy, peace. He said, this shit ain't for the weak. I'll tell you that. No, it ain't. Chalk already planned. Chalk, you not even married and you planning your divorce? She said, they won't admit they're not the best. They're perfect. The big bad woman is the cause. Well, obviously, Chalk, in this particular case, you are not using your listening ears, because I just said there are no villains. A lot of times, the truth of the matter is there are no heroes and there are no villains. They're just humans. That's the truth, right? I know the sensational says, oh, it's women's fault. Oh, it's men's fault. No, the truth is a lot of times there are no heroes and there are no villains. They're just human beings. And the problem with human beings is they're people, and because they're people, they're flawed. Yep. And so we all make mistakes. We all do some shit we ain't got no business doing. We all say some shit we ain't got no business saying. We all take each other for granted at one point and another. We all think shit is sweet until it ain't. Like, let's just be honest and let's just be real. So I don't do that finger pointing shit trying to make it seem like it's all on one person. And that's why I say, yo, people have a right to choose the life that they want to choose. And if I ask for honesty, which that's what I ask for, and you say, hey, look, I'm choosing C, D, E, and I want you to choose A, B, C, then that's a conversation that needs to be had. Because if you ain't choosing A, B, C, which is your right, that ain't going to work for me. And it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, and there's no heroes or villains here. It's just people living and trying to figure it out. And true, like shit, the social construct don't help. All the pressure don't help. All the real life shit. See, what people don't really talk about is, yo, a lot of the romance be gone because you're living everyday life. You're paying bills. You're trying to get kids to school. You're trying to get kids to after school programs. You're trying to get kids to extracurricular things. She got her thing going on. You got your thing going on, and life is lifing.
Yep.
So if parents pass away or get sick, uncles and aunts pass away or get sick, friends and family pass away or get sick, you might get sick. All different shit that happens. It's be a bunch of shit happening all at once, and everybody trying to figure this shit out and trying to navigate this shit. But people just want to point fingers and want to blame and put the blame all on one person, and that's crazy. It takes two to tangle. It takes two people to make a relationship. It takes two people to make a baby. Like, it ain't on any one person. It ain't on any one person. Now, do some people have some nefarious, duplicitous, evil intentions? Yes, there are some evil people. At the same time, is that the majority of situations? I don't believe so. I think the majority of situations are two people coming together, human and flawed. And a lot of women want the marriage. Want the wedding, but don't want the marriage because that's how they've been socialized and conditioned. A lot of men want the wife, but don't know how to be a husband. Let's just be honest and be real.
Yeah. Absolutely, bro. I ain't got nothing else to say after that one right there. That's a bar, homie.
Coach Ferg said mic drop. Shout out to you, Coach Ferg.
Yeah.
So y'all wanna both grow old alone?
Not necessarily. I don't know, but like it would have to be a phenomenal woman. Like she would have to be a phenomenal woman. I'm just saying, like
I think she could be phenomenal and she still wouldn't qualify for you.
No, that's not true. If she was a phenomenal woman,
okay, go ahead.
If she was a phenomenal woman, she would qualify.
Yeah, she got to deal with. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'm an exceptional dude when it comes down to someone that wants to be up under the same roof with me. It may seem like it's smooth, but no, I just got certain things that I like to happen, to flow. And only thing that I ask for them to do is to be able to go along with it. And I have yet to have seen that. The only person that actually came close to it was the woman that I married. That's crazy.
Why you married her, right? Hey,
that's why I married her. That's why we cool now. That's why, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, as I get older,
were you willing to, did you consider her as well?
Consider her what?
So you just said you wanted them to kind of like, I guess, go along with whatever it is you want in the marriage?
Like me and her still, we have a relationship now.
Is she your child's mom?
She's his ex-wife.
She's my ex-wife.
I heard that.
No, both my kids. I got both my kids are from her. Yeah.
So
we were married for 10 years.
So I was just asking, do you feel like in that 10 years you were considering her when you were making decisions about y'all's marriage, or about y'all's life, about finances?
Are you saying post our marriage? Are you saying post our marriage?
No, I'm talking about
in the marriage. Yeah, because when we got married, this is the thing. All I seen was marriage. It was everything I envisioned in my life had marriage in the middle of that, right? So I ended up getting a career in the military. She ended up going to college. The year that she graduated from college, I came home from Germany and we got married. We stayed married for 2 years and we planned our first daughter. So 2 years after we were married, we ended up having our first child together. And, it just went on and went on and went, so forth. And then 5 years after that, we had our second child, but things had changed. I mean, really changed. We was overseas. We come back to the States. All kind of other stuff was happening right there. She was feeling a certain way. I was feeling a certain way. I went to war 3 times. So we had a lot of nuances that was in the middle of all of that. We just bought a new house. We already had 2 cars already. We bought a 3rd car. Things were going well with us financially, but as far as us clicking with each other, just wasn't happening. And so that's where it got to the point where, the divorce started to happen. You know what I'm saying? So just like I said, the problems we had, trust me when I tell you, the only people that could actually help us navigate was my parents, her father and his wife. We had a couple of elders and things like that, but it wasn't even nothing they can say. It was what it was.
That's a whole nother show. I appreciate y'all. We didn't get in the support that we needed to keep the show going. Thank you so much for being transparent. JT, I appreciate you, bro. It's all love. You know that. Yo, shout out to Chanel. Make sure y'all check out my man JT, What We Know podcast. Subscribe to Chanel's reality, aka Denzel's wife. Thank you for coming up and kicking it with me. I'm gonna drop y'all down. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Hey, Izzy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we about to go live in about 10 minutes, man.
Over there on
BMU and on What We Know podcast.
All right, yo, check out my man. Check out my man's and them BMU and What We Know podcast. Go check them out. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Yo, also my man, Not For Humans, DJ Witch Doctor is live now. Y'all could go over there. Tell whoever y'all go to, tell them Izzy sent you, man. Even if you go over there to my man BMU, I might go over there with them for a little while. I think I got an invite, so I might try to check them out for a minute. I need to grab something to eat, man. But shout out to my guy. You did not read my super chat, but no, I did. I read it, brother. You talking about this one right here? I read it. I said, Chanel, let them ask you some questions sometimes. I did. And she said, she laughed and she said, I don't care if y'all ask me some questions. I asked her. I read it and I asked her. So shout out to you. You must have missed that because they was talking. So I apologize about that. Shout out to Narratives of Dialogue. Said Fast Izzy. Shout out to Money Marco. What's up? I hate when people say, why y'all picking those women? If they knew they was going to do what they did, you think they would have picked them? Hell no is the answer. Hell no is the answer. Shout out to Naz Dollar said facts. Shout out to TMKC. IB Wardy said, it's just too many to just have one is. There you go, man. Listen, I'm leave them all for you, bro. Because yeah, I read it. Hey, but thank you very much, man. Again, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Kojak 303 Gaming. Like I said, my man DJ Witch Doctor just went live. My man BMU is about to go live. What We Know podcast as well. There's simulcasted, I think. So go check them out. That's where I'll probably be over there with BMU and What We Know podcast for a little while. I'll probably go over there. This has been a dope discussion, man. Shout out to my guy Corey Love coming through. Shout out to What We Know podcast JT. Shout out to Kish Yardy Gaming. Shout out to, man, we had some dope. Dr. Hood came through here. We had some dope things. Thank you very much, family. Thank you very much, family. I appreciate both of y'all, man. Yeah. I think it was a dope build. I think it was a dope show. Shout out to JT. Shout out to everybody that came through. Really enjoyed the conversation. Shout out to Big Dog Barking was through here too. Shout out to Big Dog Barking. My man Omni came through for a minute. Yo, it was a dope build, man. Make sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe over here. Tell a friend about us. At any time, y'all can support through the Cash App, $IZSHOBANZ, $IZSHOBANZ. Appreciate y'all. Subscribe to Kojak 303 Gaming, and we out.